Welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Ætherealms here at Lakeside Legendz. Before we get rolling with our recap, let's talk about some other stuff like coffee.
Like geek grind coffee?
Yeah.
It's the best coffee!
I'm wearing a shirt.
Oh, she's got the shirt.
You noticed I was going to ask you,
too.
but we didn't have time for me to ask you.
See? Sure.
So, that is
You
the Elven
should take a
Enlightenment
picture
shirt.
of you
Did I
modeling
just
it.
totally
and
mess
I'll
up?
Oh, no, you're fine.
take a picture of you modeling it and I'll put it on our Insta.
Ooh, we could do all of us and we'll put them out there. Picture
That
collage!
means we all have to get one.
So, geek grind
Oh,
coffee.
twist my arm.
I know, seriously.
And then people can go and get it and then send us pictures and we'll put them on our Instagram.
Totally!
There you
Love it! Okay, so Geek Grind Coffee. They have a holiday blend that they've got back out. They do it every year. Silent Night is back. It is a flavor, has hints of eggnog and gingerbread. So, for your holiday, and they do it, since now they are doing ground coffee, so you can get in beans, grounds, and the pods. And then they also, and they're also doing the artwork on a mug. So, not the shirts. I went to look out there to see if they have shirts. It's only on a mug. But for your people that love coffee, especially for the holidays, I would give it a whirl. So, Silent Night's out there. And then, of course, they have all their other awesome blends, like Elven Enlightenment, Wizard's Mist, which is my favorite. Cool artwork on their mugs, their shirts. It's the holidays. They have the little gift packs and crates and stuff. Go out there to geekgrindcoffee.com, and if you use the promo code ICONIC, you get 20% off, and it helps us, which we would love the help. If you do orders of $50 or more, it is free shipping. So, promo code ICONIC, go out there and do your holiday shopping. Yay!
That was so energetic and like...
It was.
Can you tell I am like on caffeine?
Also, knowing that it's the holiday season, you might want to get your orders in soon so that
Yes.
it arrives in time for
That
Christmas.
is
This
so
is
true.
You don't want to be that gift giver that gives the picture of the gift that you're going to
Like
get them.
The thing,
'cause it
it'll be
hasn't
like,
arrived
it'll be
yet.
here in 3 weeks. I'm very sorry.
So
Don't
I did
be
that
that person.
today. I did that today for a birthday present because I pre-ordered this thing for my friend. Didn't realize that you could get it at one of like the specialty shops already, apparently, box lunch. So she went to pick up her brother's box lunch thing and saw it there and bought it for herself. So I'm like showing her pictures, super excited today when we were having lunch. And she goes, I already got it. And I was
What
like,
is it? Because there's a Christmas sweater they have that I really want, but it's also really expensive.
it's not, it was a Pops figurine of, it's for the 50th anniversary for Disney World of the dog from Pirates of the Caribbean with the key and everything. And it
that.
kind of looks like her dog, not really, but still. So yeah.
Close
So
enough.
yes, get your orders in now. Promo code ICONIC.
Absolutely. And if you don't like coffee, they do tea too.
Yes. And shirts. And mugs. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Let's talk about this wonderful community we are in, Lakeside Legendz.
Hey, welcome to Lakeside
Hey.
Legendz. If you didn't know, that's where you are. We are a fantasy storytelling community currently streaming D&D content. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. We're taking on some more people. So we've got shows that are coming. Spread the word. Get your friends to come hang out in our Discord. Watch our VODs. Catch up for here so they can watch live with Ætherealms. We're slowly growing and we're really excited. And we just need more people to share it with. So everything is on our website, lakesidelegends.com, YouTube channel, Lakeside Legendz, and you can find all of our social media where you can get updates and bulletins and announcements and things like that on our Twitter, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, all those places.
So
And-
like, follow, subscribe.
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Message
Spread the word.
out. We'd love to have them here.
Yes. Be geeky with us on Discord.
Yeah.
But
All right. So,
Lots of stuff.
let's do our recap. Last session, the crew of Taiki's Fortune, though that's soon to be forgotten because it's been so long since they've been on that ship. But
It'll
They-
be
You need a new name, y'all.
repaired.
I leave that to you. I call you what I call you because that's just all I have to go with.
We're right now. We don't have a name right now.
Yeah, I have a name. Arrived to the town of Terravale, where they're going to take a train on to Miramir, or Miramar, or Miramir, or whatever you want to call it.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yes.
Mira has a
Mirror.
mirror.
If you keep changing the pronunciation of it, you cannot get mad at us when we mispronounce it.
It's just that town that its name is forever not the same.
It's the double M town. It's that one.
The double M.
The double M's.
I'll be the one that'll still butcher it. It's okay.
Wait, that's N.
So as they arrived in Terravale, they were in a long line ready to take the Sky Rail, is a cable car system down into the town, and we're stuck in this long line and pass the time by thievery, drunkenness. And that's just 2 of the party members.
Well, technically 3 if you include Win.
I was including one, and I didn't really count Bellamy.
It would be 3 including
He was holding
Bellamy.
his own. He was holding his own, so I was like,
He
well,
was able
that's
to
bad.
walk. He stood.
He was able to walk.
I was
He
fine.
was fine.
I mean, technically, he did fail his stamina reaction roll, but
But
he
not
played
by
it
a
cool
lot.
by just staying on the ground, just staying
I'll
in a
just
stable
stay
position. Reason that the line had formed was because the system, the Skyrail system itself, was damaged, and Lexi was able to put her mechanical skills to work and fix it, which also
Handy
earned her a
rich.
bit of coin. Sven, somewhere on the mountain trail trying to get up to this place, had no idea that it had been resolved. I guess he probably would as he started seeing the cars go down the side, like, should I keep going?
I sure hope so, because I would love to have a few words with him.
I want to make him like an ogre or something. Like,
She
I don't
does that.
care.
Can you imagine little Lexi? Oh, she does.
Hands on hips.
She was like a honey badger.
Sassy.
yeah. But they managed to be able to get down into Terravale, where they did some shopping, secured their wagon, so to speak, but also the receipt for the goods they had transported by the families whose name escapes me right now. What was their name? People.
Remember Eric?
Oh,
The Shamaris.
Yeah, the Shamaris.
Shamaris. Yep. The Shamari family that they were rescued in an earlier episode. So they were able to meet up with them, have a nice meal. They were able to get accommodations at the Grand Hotel. And Cedric was able to do some personal shopping and get the town all abuzz while he bought smorgasbords and meats, of which he brought back, 4 large bags of meats that he brought back to the group, which
Good eating.
good eating.
One of them's already gone.
You're right. I was also saying, which I was like, how many have they eaten already? They were able to send off ethergrams from the rail station to various destinations, and also learned that the train going to Miramir is leaving the next day at approximately 2:00 in the afternoon. The crew turned in for the most part. What is going on with your lights?
He's having his own little disco party.
I'm trying to figure out this light.
Turned in, although Lexi did go take a look at the other portion of the Sky Rail down at the town level to ensure that it was working just as committed, as she committed to fixing one above. That's where we are. So we'll pick up there once we all get into character.
What are we doing?
You ran out of time.
Serpentine, now you're out of
Serpentine.
time. You ran out of it a bit ago.
Oh,
I know, but
better
that made me
hurry
laugh.
up.
Time
Alright,
out,
you talk
guys.
amongst
Time out.
yourselves.
Hey, what
Um,
time is it?
It's getting close to. It's like very late after. Well, no, I'll say early evening at this point. By the time Cedric made it back with all his rounds that he was doing and everything, it was early evening.
Okay.
Bellamy has turned in. He went up. He's up in his room. Dodger was going to
I
secure.
forget who's sharing what
Making
rooms.
my
I
way
think-
back
Make my way.
as soon as I know what the price is. Otherwise, I have to negotiate.
$5 billion. Wait a second. I had it. Now I gotta find it.
What's the?
But I'm
what's
still
the
listening, so
whole
let's
scene?
keep talking. What else are you doing? My eyes are over here, but my ears are here.
I
What-
went to
what-
go
what were
work
we-
That's what I
on
was.
the
The other lift.
lift, so that's where I disappeared to. So when I leave, the lift should be working properly for a good amount of time.
They need to keep that under maintenance, is what needs to
I
happen.
They need a
left
better maintenance crew.
instructions on how they need to do that. They were not
Well, it's-
maintaining.
Who's in which rooms together? I know we figured it out, but
It was Cedric
Is you, me?
and Cattell. Weren't you? Yeah, it was Cedric Cattell, Dodger Bellamy,
Lexi Lorna.
Lexi Lorna.
Yep.
And the doors open to each room so we can all bug each other. Yeah?
Of course, if I
Sure.
remember correctly,
Sure.
everyone was saying that they were not going to sleep in the rooms.
Yeah.
From what I was hearing so far.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one that committed
I
to.
think it was just
I'm
Dodger.
not actually staying in this posh place.
I think
It's just
Bellamy's
not
already taking
happening.
a bath. He's like, chill.
Yep.
I just
Yeah.
imagine him just lying in this really nice hot pool of water. He's got like, I don't know, some kind of glass with something tasty in his hand. I actually don't imagine that.
And
Bellamy
his little
like it.
scorpion friend just perched up on his
I'm imagining that
shoulder.
building.
Ramil.
I imagine he's
I
got
just-
like a little.
I can't
little
stop
cup,
imagining that, Bellamy.
and the
It just
scorpions
seems a
in
little
the cup
posh
kind of
for
doing the same
him.
thing.
Yeah, with a glass of
Why is he smiling
cognac
at me?
and,
Yeah.
and maybe like
Well, I
a
was
saucy
like-
romance novel in the other hand while having this flowery bath.
I mean, have you seen Bellamy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, I was like imagining like a decanter of like brandy or something, and it just seemed too fancy.
He was drinking brandy earlier.
Well,
That's
but like
true.
with the
That's
glass,
true.
it's more the glass
win.
situation.
That cognac big bellied glass, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It
Although I
just
think
seems
like
off.
Bellamy's all about.
If
new
anybody's
experiences, maybe.
wondering, this is what it's actually like to play D&D.
Yes, yes.
Hey
This
guys,
is the
look, a
real
rabbit
D&D.
trail. Zing!
This isn't your mama's D&D.
All
All
right,
right,
we're like
it's
stall for the cloak, stall for the
250
cloak.
guild.
What?
What?
What
Yeah,
did you-
yeah, I
Wait,
got
what
that.
did you say?
Thanks.
How
Well,
much?
he's looking for.
200
He wants a cloak that has fire resistance to it.
And how
On,
much
the,
did you
on
say?
only the hood.
Just the
And the
hood.
hood. Right.
Wait, how
That's
much did you
it.
say?
That's less than a yard of
250
material.
guild.
What the?
Guild.
Guild.
Yeah, I
Guild,
only got
guild,
8.
Guild.
So
Like, he's gonna-
Why don't we
that's a
have
no.
Yeah, there's no way you can talk
You
it
can't
down.
talk
to
that
something.
No.
down.
I mean, we don't even have that much guild in the group funds.
No,
guys.
thank you for your time, and he leaves. The eyes go the size of dinner plates and just
Holy!
thanks. I appreciate
just to put it in
it.
perspective,
you look
Like,
like
you got
me.
the material, and
You look-
I'm gone.
A cloak
You
of-
look like
a
me when
cloak
they
of
called to tell me how
resistance
much it
is
was going to be
1,000
to
guild.
fix my car.
Yeah,
What?
that's not what he's looking for. He's just looking for
No.
something that he can put over his head that he doesn't set on fire.
Okay, I'll buy you a pot.
Is there a kettle that I can
He
call
comes
black?
back with a
Like
pot
what?
on his head.
There we go.
Boink.
We could just bore out the bottom of a lantern and then kind of put that on his
just like-
head.
Like a hooded lantern.
Oh, we do
you can
a
direct
he
him.
could be like our little
Yep.
Morse code of.
Flip it up. We need
Oh,
more
Lord.
light. They just kinda
Oh, you
poke
can
over-
even put even like a cloth over it so you can do mood lighting.
Oh, you can
This
put like
is
little
becoming
figures that go by
quickly-
and make like the little shadow thing, the shadow plays on the wall.
This is becoming quickly like
Spin it.
a villain's like cage type thing, you know, where they store one of the stolen party members. Like it's like right next to their like black iron throne.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you just
Yep,
rained
nope.
on his parade. Thanks.
Yep. I'm just trying
Actually,
to be a bit
I
more
knocked it down
stealthy.
a lot
for
just
the
because it was just the whole
party.
thing. Sorry.
I mean, technically speaking, if we just soaked the hood of your cloak and then put it on your head, I know
Yeah,
you
but the
soak
rising
flame.
mists of steam coming off my head would not, you know, give them away, now would it?
I'm telling you, a pot
I mean,
will
it's
work.
better than the giant flame.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We can do some
Still.
like
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll
practice.
figure it
We're getting on a
stuff.
train, guys. Nothing bad can happen.
Don't say that!
You just scares them.
Have you not watched Firefly?
I
Have
Seriously?
you not heard everyone else in this group say some rendition of that at this point? Don't try and pawn it off on me.
No, it's
We
true.
all know I
I was
have
very good
horrible
about
luck right
that.
now, so that is not. I'm not taking credit for this one.
All right.
Hmm.
And I guess we're moving
Sorry.
on the fire resistant.
All right, so all dejected and poor, you head back to the Grand Hotel.
Look at them, all dejected and poor.
Kicking a stone down the street.
Actually, that's fairly accurate for Dojo. Just like, meh.
It'll happen. We'll get some money.
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
Train robbery.
Eventually.
You didn't know you would be the villains.
I mean,
Are we the bad guys?
we are the bad guys.
How did this happen? This was a crazy turn.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's get moving.
Bellamy's like, exactly as planned.
He is
Slowly
Recording
manipulating.
He is drinking that decanter in the bath.
The little rose
Yeah.
petals.
It's all
The
coming
soft
together.
sib.
All the pieces are in place.
Spicy romance novel.
All right, focus, guys. Focus.
Okay, focus. All right.
Sorry.
We gotta get started.
All right, so back at the hotel. At that point, I know that Bellamy had gone upstairs. We were dealing with the bringing the meat in and all that stuff was kind of where things ended at that point, but I don't know where you departed after that.
Cattell is hanging out in her room.
Oh, they did
And-
say that they would store the meat. Sorry on that because I remember that was
That's
where do
right,
we do
yep.
with the meat? They actually have a cooler there on site and they will store it for you to keep it from spoiling.
Do I trust them?
I don't know, do you?
It's pretty posh.
I think you're okay.
Yeah,
That's
she's been
that's
to
how they
places
are able to
like
get
that.
the fancy stuff. They still meet from their guests.
This
The
is
racket they got
raptor
going on.
meat. It's raptor
Yes.
meat. Nah, she's been to this kind of place before. She knows better.
Maybe they could, if you can, well, I don't know, if you're back in this town, you can go on a raptor hunt.
Guys, we have enough issues with the things that want to kill us already. We're good. We're
That's
good.
true. We don't need to add dinosaurs to our list.
No, we really don't.
What if you could
So-
tame it and have it as a mount?
Oh my gosh. Don't put ideas into my head.
Oh my god, I want one now.
How's for you, Lorna? So a little stressed.
Yeah, ironically, my character's probably the only one that could actually tame it.
It's like,
Do it,
hey,
do it.
Luna, you want to do this for me?
No.
Okay.
Cattell is getting a lay of their room. I want to get familiar with, like, are there windows? Are there
Are
actually
windows.
doors?
There
Are
are
the
fire
windows-
escapes.
In the common room, or are they in the bedroom?
They are in the common room.
Okay, no bedroom windows. Okay, I would have clocked the other rooms, so I want to try and like get into from my room into whoever is next to us. What number were we? Were we number 3? Or no, that was the one. I think we were 1. Nope, I don't remember. And I didn't write it down because I don't write anything down.
I thought you guys were 3, and that Lorna and I were 1, and that Bellamy and Dodger were 2.
Let's just say that. Though I
yeah.
thought everybody was rolling 3s, and that's why it took so.
Well, we had to do so many roll-offs. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. So yeah, I want to try and just get the familiar with everybody's rooms and stuff.
So it's a dual door system. So you open your door and then there's their door and it's locked. So you have to get them to open it on the other side.
Or
I'm
gonna just use my magic and I'm gonna go hole through and I'm gonna unlock it.
So who's so Bellamy, as you're sitting there soaking in your bath.
Yep.
I'm not going into the bathroom. Hold on, wait. No, I really need to know though.
You don't know that he's there where they put the set the tub up.
I would be I wouldn't be just walking in if the bathtub is like
You would have
just
no
out?
idea. Do what you're gonna do.
You said you open it and you're gonna unlock the and you're gonna open the door.
In
so
my room, where is the bath?
it's not. They bring it in.
Oh,
and set it up.
it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay,
You know
yeah,
the-
well, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like
So you
Um,
see
Yes.
this little
Will it
flash
affect-
of light. Go ahead.
well, there's no
Cedric.
flash of light because I'm not doing teleportation. I'm doing my hole in the wall.
Oh, you're doing the
Facial
Will it-
gap.
Will it affect what you're doing at all if Cedric is just awkwardly standing in the room?
Cedric has seen her do this stuff before, so at this point she's not perturbed.
And Lorna would have left and gone to her room at this point because she helped bring the stuff up, and she's gonna go to her room. Probably arguing with Gwen at this point, who's still in a stupor, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, she drank a lot. Way over her body weight. Now she could eat over her body weight too, but this is a different picture. This was a different scenario. You shouldn't be drinking that much brandy.
But it was so good.
All right, so
Um,
black hole, just enough.
So
in my
yeah, so a little
hand.
hole opens up. And so I guess roll perception. You're kind of chilling there in your tub. So you can
He
catch
might not even
this.
see. He's probably like,
I mean, yeah, I'm sort of. I'm like
He's
half
up
passed
singing.
out.
he's in,
He's dancing. And you're like awkward.
singing in the tub.
Do I know that? Bellamy did tell me he went up to his room, huh?
Where is perception?
Or aptitude.
Aptitudes?
Is it
Aptitude
still
tab.
called perception? Or I have survey. So should I just roll survey?
I forgot. That's right. Some of us it got changed.
Yeah,
back,
that's
and
the
other
same
ones-
thing. I don't know why it didn't change for you. That's weird. And scary. All right.
Not bad.
So you see out of the corner of your eye, you see this hand. You don't, because you don't. the hole itself is very subtle, and stuff, but you see this, and it kind of is like grabbing the handle.
I could just walk all the way through, but I decided not to.
Can a man get any privacy in his bath?
Can I hear him?
You do, but you're at that point you're in the process of open. So as the door opens up, he's saying this comment.
Hi.
So you
Would
see,
you mind closing the door, please?
I'm just.
No,
Well-
I'm in the bath.
I'm going to pop across the room to the other door on his side.
okay. So she's on the other side.
Free teleport. There's nothing I haven't seen before.
I don't think that's true.
100% true. You, ranch, stable hands, soldiers, barracks. I've seen it all. Promise.
All right. Well, could you close the door on
Cedric, will you close the door?
Cedric's standing in the doorway staring at Bellamy.
Is Lorna and Lexi, do they want to come in too? I mean, what is this, a party?
I'm just checking out the rooms.
All right.
I'm going to check the other door to the other room.
Same situation. That one, Lorna's in. So you're in that space checking it out, trying to, I don't know, scold Win
No.
or something.
Lorna is laying on the floor, and she has both daggers up, and she's kind of just studying both of them intently. But she's literally on the floor, not on the bed.
Well, that's what you come into in that space. You can roll perception too if you want to notice her before she.
So is that survey? Because I don't have perception either.
Yeah, and what's weird is I'm looking at perception and it's not being added to the. Won't add itself to the sheets either.
Okay. Survey.
But it surveys the same stat, so.
Hey!
Wow.
Hey guys, I wore the natural 20s when they're really irrelevant, just in case you're wondering.
Totally ace noticing somebody coming into the room, noticing your party member coming into the room. Ta-da! You actually catch it before, as the gaps is just starting to form. So you see the whole, like her hand out, grab the handle, and at that point you know exactly where the handles are. So you're just like, the door opens up. It's Qadan.
Hi. Don't look back. Balmy's bathing.
Cedric
All
closes
right.
the door.
You know, you could always knock. It's not that hard.
True.
It's also sort of polite.
Yeah, what she said.
True. But also, if you knock, they know you're coming.
Hi. And why wouldn't you want me to know that you're coming?
Just in case. You guys see this very rare mischievous kind of smirk in her eye? And she looks around. Is it like, are all these rooms exactly the same?
Yeah. I mean, there's like subtle like differences in decor stuff, but it's almost like the same theme decor, just maybe a different shade or something like that. But yeah, pretty much same layout, same basic structure.
So kind of
Can
standing in between these two rooms. Do you have any like pillows and blankets and things that you're not wanting?
Do you need more?
Yes.
I mean, I don't need mine if you need them more. I'm okay. I'm all right sleeping on the floor.
Well, it kind of looked like you were planning on that anyway.
I'm not sleeping. Although you might have to fight Win for it, and I'll gesture over to one of the beds where Win is totally past, like, I mean...
She's pulling that like thing how a cat can be so small yet take up an entire bed. That's Win right now.
Oh yeah, she's like...
She's my cat. I come out of my room after these games and I look on my bed and there he is. And he just looks at me like, what?
I think
like
those
when you sleep
kittens
with your
that are
cat,
just
you
like
wake up in the
full-on
morning like
sprawled.
scrunched up on one little corner of the bed, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
How
So
many
she's just totally sprawled out.
blankets and things are on the bed? Is there like a sheet, a cover sheet, a
yeah.
skirt,
It's
covers?
the skirt, sheets, blanket, comforter. What's it called? Duvet.
Duvet. Remember,
Yes.
it's a posh place, so it's
It's
duvet.
definitely
Duvet.
So,
What exactly are you trying to do?
I am very uncomfortable in this environment. So I'm going to do what we always did when I had to stay in one of these places and make a fort. You are all welcome to join. Of course, it is a community thing, since I'm stealing your blankets but I'm
Why don't
seeking
you-
comfort in grabbing your blankets. Make a fort. Out, facing the window.
I mean, it's not exactly my favorite place either, but Win seems to like the bed.
Oh, I was gonna drag a bed out into the common room. But mine. I'm not gonna take somebody else's. I just want extra blankets for canopy purposes.
All right. And she's like still laying on the floor, but the daggers are kind of just held to her side a little bit more, like by the blades basically on either end because she's been studying the hilts. I mean,
I won't take them if you don't want me to.
no, just you might not want to wake Win. She's a bit nasty right now. Just gonna say that so that you're aware.
So then,
Just go to the other room and just like steal
Or
mine.
just a thought. This place seems to be a bit fancy. You could probably just ask for extras.
But then I'd have to talk to one of them. He's not here to do that for me.
That's true. You know what? Take the ones off Lexi's bed and I'll just give Lexi mine. She can fight with Wynn.
I don't think Wynn would probably mind sharing with her. They seem to get along.
Fairly true.
Um,
Seems to have taken a liking to most of you.
I'll bring it back if she wants.
Are you all right? And I'm gonna lean around. Did you just walk in on Bellamy on the bat?
Nothing I haven't seen before.
I don't think
doubt
that's the
that.
point.
Sorry, what? What was the
Somebody
point?
doubts that.
Oh, well, I mean, he can think what he wants, but it doesn't make it true.
Doesn't change the fact that my brothers didn't take a liking to me walking in on them after a while.
Well, to be fair, I didn't realize he was bathing. I don't know if that would have stopped me, though. I'm kind of used to men not caring. I've,
Okay.
I mean,
all right. Well, do you
okay.
need help?
No, I feel like I've just made this really awkward for everybody, so I'm just gonna take them and leave.
All right. You might want to go through the hall instead of back through.
I'm gonna take some from him too.
Fair enough.
Someone
Okay.
else in our party doesn't seem to care for this environment. If I can talk him into hanging out in my room at the fort, then I'd prefer that than him going off somewhere else, but I haven't seen him, so.
Dodger, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they, yeah.
I'll sit up and put both daggers back. How about I go looking for him and you make your fort?
Yeah. Tell him there's
Tell me.
a blanket fort.
Sure. I think she's gonna come back through. Just heads up.
She's seen it all before, right? So whatever.
Well, I've not seen yours, so cover up
That's what
whatever you...
that's what I was saying. That's all right. You know, I don't think I can stop her. So you know,
Hey,
I'm gonna
You're,
grab
in a
the...
big, you're in a big
Bubbles
tub.
around
It's
Jeff.
not like
Yeah,
it's like made of glass.
I wasn't imagining that it was like he was super exposed, so...
can you,
Yeah.
Telling
can you
it
do me a favor? and-
takes on
doing
new
the Geralt
strange
thing.
undertones.
I just see him like scooping bubbles.
Can you do me a favor and one of you looking on Wynn every 10 or 15 minutes?
Well, I think I'd just offend Bellamy if I did that again, so...
Fair. Bellamy, can you look in on Wynn? I'm gonna go see if I can find Dodger.
right. You know, after we're done having this conversation, would you all mind closing the doors and giving me some
To
time?
be fair, I'm not looking.
No, that's fair enough.
No one's looking.
Okay, right. All right.
I mean, I'm speaking through the door. She's literally leaned once, just kind of like halfway into the door frame just to be seen, and then went, nope, and went back.
I've just
Well,
never met a
Honestly,
man who
say as I
was
was
that
thinking about this
modest.
session tonight, this particular series of events did not cross my mind.
Shocker. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to the door to the hallway. And I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can find Dodger anywhere nearby.
I'm gonna grab Lexi's comforts. I'm gonna go to the other one. And I'm just gonna like hang a blanket up for the sake of Bellamy. Because apparently Cattell doesn't know how to avert her eyes. And I'm gonna grab another one and just with all of this piled on top of her, go back into her room and start building a fort. Grab the bed from the room I would have taken and start just building this massive thing in front of the window, using whatever's in there.
Well, in the common room, there's a bureau and there's a couch. So there's things to like with height to kind of to be creative and. I'd say roll an engineering check for stability purposes, just because I think you have that skill. Actually,
I do. I mean, I did the last time I looked. Do you want me to?
Let's say.
What happens if she fumbles?
I mean,
I'm just curious, but yeah, go ahead. I think it's pretty easy. You have to roll one. But it's not like, oh no, it should be under vocation, or no, under your academic. It's a little bit further down. Under knowledges.
Okay, which tab? Is it aptitudes?
Aptitudes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, aptitudes towards the bottom. So you have your adventure skills, then you have your knowledge skills.
Aha, there it is.
There you go.
It's decent.
It's decent. It's passable.
It's harder because I don't have the height of my ex-buddy to help me like make it all cool, but
You got Cedric there. He's tall. He can like, hey,
He's just watching.
I just imagine him standing there just watching.
Yeah,
I
he's,
just hangs
he's
a
in a
blanket
corner.
over your head and just use you as like a load bearing wall or something. I don't know.
Don't move, Cedric.
He never will.
Stared with his eyes and a blanket over him. All right. Lexi, going to work on the sky rail. I'm assuming you're just going to take the same steps as before with the timing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you gather there, get situated up, and they get a couple more of the cable cars down and get some people offloaded. At this point, because it's getting late, it's later in the day and such, there's not too much traffic coming in, and so they pause and wait to find, where it's calm, and then like, okay, now we can shut it down and you can get in there and start working on it.
Okay.
Give me a machine smithing check though, see if you can, just to see how well you identify and resolve the issue. Okay. Critical success. All right. So yes, this one did not have, because it's further away from, so it didn't have the issues with the
water and moisture and growth.
right, with moisture and things like that. This one's more of just some rust and stuff needed to be buffed away. There were some parts that probably were close to being breaking or malfunction or what have you. Unfortunately, since you're right there by that station, they have a lot of those parts right there, so you're able to quickly get that resolved out. Dodger, heading down the street. You see Lorna.
Oh Lord.
Although she hasn't spotted you quite yet, but she's kind of looking around, but she's heading your direction. Can't say it's like she's looking for you yet, although that is what she's doing.
Forgot about last session.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Cattell has no idea that happened, so she's like, "Yeah, okay, you can go find him." Cool.
His hair starts to get a little brighter as he gets a little anxious, and he's just like, "Wait, I did nothing wrong. I haven't even pickpocketed anybody." Saying this all in his head. I haven't even pickpocketed anything. Why am I getting nervous? It's just Lorna. It's fine. I'm fine. And I just keep walking down the road.
On the
Like I said, that was all the internal monologue. He doesn't say it. It might be in his face, or rather the brightness of his hair, and then it simmers down.
So as you're looking around, you're like kind of glancing. It's early evening, so there's still a lot of people milling about and what have you. Either closing up shop for the day, heading home, heading to one of the pubs or what have you. But then you notice a little light out of where your eye draws your attention, and there's Dodger. Just for a moment, it's bright, and then it calms down. But
Make a beeline for him.
she's definitely coming towards you now.
Yep.
A little mushroom cloud.
How crowded is it right now?
That's a good question.
Again, it's not horribly crowded out here. This is not a big city anyway. So
Okay, let me put this in different terms. How crowded is this for Lorna?
Very.
Got it.
But it's no harbor.
Although it's thinning very rapidly, so it is getting a little bit more where you can feel like you've got room. It's definitely not like it was when you had to cross the street over to the train station.
Okay. She's still definitely like doing the whole weaving in between people, trying to get where she's going as quickly as possible. And when she gets to Dodger, Catel's building some sort of fort. She wants to know if you want to join.
Building a what?
Can you just come with me? I don't really like, and I'm like starting to walk backwards towards it while I'm talking.
I'm gonna grab her by the elbow, like weave my arm into her elbow and go, watch and learn, love. And I'll start easily navigating through a crowd of people, super serpentine, and just quickest way out.
Quickly learn where he must have picked up the name Dodger, because he can weave through a crowd.
Yeah.
You can do that among trees, but people are unpredictable.
It's a bit different.
To be fair,
lose my way to some trees.
Be sort of unpredictable as well. Just a
Yeah,
thought.
Wyldwood stuff was weird.
They like to move, especially if they're messing with people. Anyway,
Yeah.
Catel's lost her mind a bit, I think, or something. I'm not really sure, but
What?
she's building a fort, and she wants to know if you want to sleep in it. Actually, she sort of
Where'd
wanted
she
to know.
get the lumber, and how's she gonna fit that into a posh
no.
place?
No, with
Aww.
with blankets, you know, like you might as a child,
Not him.
What?
like a tent inside.
The soft
Sort of.
spot for Dodger.
Just come on, and I'll, like,
We're
keep
going,
pulling
we're
him
going.
forward.
He's struggling
Very
so hard to
confused.
imagine.
Two people who have never done this before trying to explain it to each other in terms that make sense from completely different worlds. This is
It's like
fantastic.
Ivana and Kara all over again.
What's a gala?
What's a gala? What's a resort?
Party on that one. So we'll the minute
eventually
we get
make our way
inside,
back.
once we're inside and not quite so much in the crowd, even though this is definitely different, it's not tons of people. So she's beelining for the rooms, and I think Bellamy's possibly taking a bath. So
I'll be in right after.
Just so you know.
But good
he
to
seems
know.
a bit touchy if anyone breaks in on him. So
I
to be
mean,
fair, I'm pretty sure Catel did her thing that walked through walls or whatever.
oh yeah,
So, what she
that
did.
thing. Yeah, I mean, I could see how that could be a bit disconcerting. But that's true. But you know, maybe a man likes his privacy.
I mean, it does sort of make sense. You know, Catel's a bit of a private person, and yet she doesn't seem to fully grasp it for others, maybe?
I mean, in a way I can relate. I'm very hard to understand certain social cues. So,
It's fair.
tomato, tomato, you know?
I don't know.
So-
It's just a bit different here. Everything's different here.
Yeah. Posh places are like that.
Oh, I was.
Or do you mean the city?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not from a city, I can understand that. It's like me in the woods. It's very different.
I don't like as many people as there are. Hopefully there'll be less on the train, maybe.
Who knows? Maybe. It kind of depends on where we are on said train.
Great.
So, at least
All
that's
right.
what I imagine.
Assuming
Anyway.
we're at the rooms by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, yes, you've made.
Welcome to
made
the
it back
awkward
hotel.
conversation. I'm going to. Was there a direct door into the big, like, middle quarters?
Yes, that's
kind of
actually
area?
the common room is where the door to the hallway is. The bedroom
got
is
it.
not
So
connected
it was-
to the.
So it wasn't even that you had to go there, you just chose to. All right, I'm gonna go in there and open it with my key. Everything, just walk in. And what do I see?
Follow in.
Yep. So in this room, you just hear the faint snores of a sleeping wind.
Aww.
Oh, it didn't take us into. I thought the door from the hallway took us directly into the main room, or does it take us into our individual rooms?
No. Well, each individual room has its own common room. Then the bedrooms themselves are off of the common room.
Got it.
Yeah, so think
So I walked
room,
into
bedroom,
Belmy's
bedroom.
common room where they
got it.
got
It.
Like a line.
Then I will back out of that room. Wrong room.
Well, that's the one you had a key to, so
yeah,
that's
it's true.
You know.
I will go to, I'm assuming, Cedric and Catel's room, which is where this was happening.
Which I have the key for.
No.
Yeah, he has the key.
I never gave my key.
Yes, he does. He never gave it to Cedric.
I never gave it to Cedric because I never found Cedric.
I will
so I have
hold
mine
up
and
my
Cedric's
hand
key.
to start to knock.
Hang on.
Yeah, he does have the key. We were the ones that got the keys.
That's the one that matches. Right. And open the door.
All right, so you come into what is clearly an engineering marvel, as comforters and blanket, everything's kind of like rigged up, and you see Cedric just standing there observing this. And you don't see Catel, but you can hear her like getting things situated underneath all the blankets and getting everything positioned, but you don't see her.
Cedric's attention.
There's even like this little round corner that's big enough for a bath to go into, so it'll be curtained off.
Cedric's
Thinking
attention.
of everything.
Cedric's attention turns to the two coming in.
What in the bloody hell is that?
I think that's a fort.
What?
That's what she said she was making. Well, a blanket fort.
That's what a blanket fort is. Huh. Man, other people's childhoods are weird. You good in that? And I'm gonna just poke my head into the blankets, just too curious for my own good.
I'm gonna yank
Carefully,
him in by
right?
the
Since
arm
your hair is on fire.
and bounce him on the bed.
All right. What? What? Is this normal for a blanket fort?
It wasn't normal when I was a child, but then I moved to the city, and the person I would make these with, filthy rich. Every room, lots of rooms, so it's just my idea of a blanket fort evolved with his help.
I've never been in one of these.
I didn't think you had, and I wanted you to see it.
That seems really nice.
And you can see out into the stars through that window.
Huh. And I'm gonna go over to the window. Is there a fire escape?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
I'm gonna walk over to him, and I'm just gonna lean down and look at what he's looking at.
I'm just note the fire escape and then stars. Just,
so what floor did we end up on?
Third.
The third. Okay.
If you're going to go out at night, at least take a blanket with you.
We'll get dirty and it'll cost us. Or
No.
The family that put the room up.
No, not these places.
Sure. I've never stayed in a posh place. I've broken into one, but I've never stayed here.
As many times as I've been in one of these, you'd think I'd be more used to it, but pretending to be something I'm not always made me uncomfortable. Especially around him.
Him?
Yeah, my rich friend.
Ah.
His house was fine because it was just him and his father. But once you go to a hotel or an event, then you have to fake it. So you don't embarrass them.
Fair. I'm used to faking. That's kind of what I was other than dodging, what I was known for back in Petra was faking who I was, so I could listen in on bits of information and whatnot.
Do you still feel like you have to fake it?
Not really. I mean, there are times, yeah, like especially when you're doing a con or when you're picking someone's pocket. Like, of course you gotta fake it then. But around you guys, other than a few things I'm still figuring out for myself, not really. No, just being me, being Dodger.
Just being you.
This whole conversation, Cedric and Lorna are just standing there staring at each other outside of the fort, listening to it.
I'm going to actually go back in and walk across the bed because it's on the floor. I'm going to
Of course.
Like a showman, throwing open the curtains.
In fact, Lorna's probably shut the door and then walked over to where Cedric's standing and is just standing next to him.
It's like,
listen, but we can hear everything because it's just blankets. So.
I just picture Cedric like you handed him like a corner of a blanket at some point, forgot about it, and he's still just holding it up in place. Like,
oh, that goes over here.
Probably halfway through the conversation that they're having, just listening, one of those apples comes out of like my pouch and I hold it over to Cedric and then remember he doesn't eat and like pull it back. No, okay. Yeah.
So...
It's just this awkward listening.
So that's when she whips open and you see Lorna's there with the half-eaten apple, and Cedric is exactly where you saw him last.
So that's what I needed the blankets for. I know it's childish, but it makes me feel better. It's how he made me feel better.
I think it's great.
You think a lot of things are great.
It's bloody brilliant.
You're going to sneak out in the middle of the night.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm still deciding.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping we'd all end up in one room. The girls back home would always have a sleepover, and it's just...
With this magical marvel, I wouldn't be surprised if we all ended up sleeping in this room.
Well, probably not.
It's a sleepover.
Speaking of which, what's Belmy doing now?
That's a word I'm familiar with.
I think Belmy's dried off and clothed, and at some point he'll probably knock on the door. He's gonna knock. He's not gonna open it.
It's not locked.
Lorna just reaches out and opens the door for him.
Howdy. What the hell is that?
It's a fort, apparently.
Am I the only one who... Oh no, I didn't have a normal childhood.
Normal is just relative. You know?
Fair. I spent most of mine training. So, not so much.
This is what I did because I was by myself. And then it evolved into...
It's fairly impressive, I must say.
I can't reach everything where I'd like it, but it's enough. Anyway.
I'm going to look at Belmy like... Nothing? Nothing? Come on. He always knows what to say. Just ask Belmy.
It's not much of a fort without some slits for arrows to shoot through. So, and I don't see any turrets either. So,
not that kind of a fort.
See, I said the same thing that we were missing. Like, I was asking where she was going to get the lumber to make a fort.
Well, and I mean, to be honest, I just didn't have the right stuff for those additions. So,
sort of reminds me of a large tent.
Yeah.
Like when we go into the mountains.
You know, we should really expand this. use the blankets from all the beds and just make one big fort.
I mean, I didn't want to take everybody's stuff.
I mean, you can grab mine. 1, 2. Glad you're done with the bath, and I'm gonna go into the room and go take a bath.
It's all yours. It's a bit sandy, the water in there.
Yeah, they'll come and draw you a bath. It's fresh water instead of getting his bath water.
You think Dodger would know that?
No, he probably wouldn't. So
exactly.
Dodger, wait for them to bring fresh water.
That's a thing they do.
Yeah, it is.
What?
They'll even add like perfumes and oils if you ask them to.
What?
Why? It feels nice. It smells nice. They're rich.
But then
It's
other
nice.
things can smell you as well.
Well, when you're staying at a place like this, you don't have to worry about being tracked by a hunter or prey. Or I guess you would be prey.
That's accurate.
Belmy's going to sidle over to Dodger. Now, when you do take the bath, I would suggest you put a chair under the door there. If you want any kind of privacy, you're going to have to barricade the
traps.
Oh my! You clearly haven't grown up in a halfway house.
No, I have not.
Yeah, privacy. What's that?
All right.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Lorna
Now-
leans over to Cedric because she's still. What's a halfway house? She's like gotten like 8 new vocab words that she has no context for
Words.
at all. Like seriously, you guys.
Cedric just silently shrugs.
At least I'm not the only one that doesn't understand half what they're saying.
Now, Belmy, you know that there is by the front of the doors of at least of your room, you assume, and as you're standing as we see it, there's like a little rope thing when you pull and it rings a bell and an attendant will come, and that's how you got your bath.
Yeah, Dodger, just ring that bell whenever you need something, and they'll just bring it to you. I'm sure you could order whatever you want, and they'll bring it to you.
If you ring the thing, how do they know what you want? Are they gonna have like send someone up and then you tell them and then
That's
they'll
right.
go and
Wait,
Huh.
wait, Dodger, let's ring it at the same time. I need a
wait,
bath.
the
in
2
here,
different
too.
bells?
Mhm.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind a bath as well.
So we need to ring all 3 bells.
But we're all in this one bell.
There's
Hang on.
Fine.
And I'll run down to my room and stand there waiting.
As all of us looking through open doors, is going 1, 2, 3. Ring.
Ring. All right. After a few minutes, you hear a knock on the door. A little bit later, there's another knock on the door. And a little later, there's another knock on the door. On
Lorna
each
still
door.
has the door open. She's just standing there waiting.
In which case, to the hallway.
Like, yeah, she's just literally
She has her
standing there.
little
after
sand timer.
She's just like,
It took you long.
what is
you
this
see-
view?
You see this gentleman he's walking dressed very much like the person who held the door for you out front in front of the hotel, walking down the hall, and after a moment, a little bit further behind, there's another person coming, and the first individual turns to the door and he knocks on it, and that's the door that Catel's at. And figure out yeah. On Catel's door is knocking.
She freezes, like, oh crap.
What did you do?
She looks very uncomfortable.
Cedric,
She just stands there.
What were you gonna ask them for?
Cedric walks to the door. And opens it.
There's a gentleman standing. He's like, "How may I be of service?"
She just takes her shawl, just like presses it down over her head. A bath, there.
Very well. Is there any other special requests associated with the bath?
No.
Do you have any laundry?
Yes.
Very well. I'll be back momentarily to have your bath drawn. And he leaves. Passes this person, which would be Dodger's door. You hear him knocking.
Open the door.
There's another gentleman there. How may I be of service?
Apparently, could I get a fresh bath?
Absolutely. So the gentleman is finished with his. I'll have somebody take care of that and draw a fresh bath.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you need?
Did I hear the laundry comment from... Actually, would Dodger care? No, he would not care. Nah, that's it. I just need a fresh bath, apparently.
Would you like any laundry?
Nah.
Very good, sir.
Did he just look him up and down like?
Right.
He's got like blood and gore and dry
No blood, just dirt and other things, but no blood. We've established this.
Sword.
That's true. Yes.
Sword.
Yeah. Filth. Yeah, just filth. Yeah, filth.
Just general filth from the road.
General filth. Yeah. All right. So he heads off at the same. Now, Lorna, yours just walks up because your door's open. So. Yes, madam. How may I be of service?
After hearing them kind of, she's gonna just really straighten up. A bath, please.
Of course. Any laundry?
Sure, I guess. Actually, my friend, I'm sure she'll have something to be cleaned as well when she gets back.
Very well. We will certainly take care of this when she arrives.
And she's just thinking how grease covered Lexi was before, so she's just like,
she's gonna come back as a brunette.
Thank you.
We'll be back. I'll be back in a moment. And he leaves.
As he leaves, Lauren's gonna lean her head back out the door and look down the hallway at the other two, wondering if anybody else is like.
I think that went well.
I think I prefer the river. At least they don't question you.
Hey, Cedric, why don't we take a walk? Give folks some privacy.
At this point, Catel's already starting to take her stuff off.
Cedric nods.
Because of laundry.
He'll grab one thing from the corner and then fill me out.
You heading?
Lauren is gonna start getting ready as well, and then try to wake up Wynn. Like, you need to drink some water.
Hydrate.
She's coming around. She'll drink water. Yeah, but at least it seems like more she was just kind of like.
Oh, she's going in the bath. Up. It's happening.
Dunk.
Has Dodger
go
found
very
the
good or
smorgasbord?
very bad? I don't know yet.
Has Dodger found the smorgasbord?
Has Dodger found the smorgasbord? That's true.
Well,
I don't know where.
Room.
No, because I think they're storing all of that for you.
I thought they were storing the
it.
meat, and the smorgasbord was being brought up to the room for everyone.
Yeah,
to
the
eat off.
smorgasbord
That
got
is
brought
true.
up.
The
I think it
smorgasbords
went
are in.
to Lexi and Dove's. I think it went to Lexi and Dove's room.
Okay, then Dodger would not have found it, but remembering that Wynn is needing a hangover cure, he would have dug through the smorgasbord to find things to make a hangover cure.
Aww.
But since it's not in his room, and there was a conversation earlier about privacy from Bellamy, he's gonna stand at the door to Lorna and Lexi's room and just kind of.
Does he even know we have a smorgasbord?
No.
Okay.
But see if he could help. But he's debating of there was a thing of privacy, but I want to help when but there was talk of bath. And wait for his bath.
Don't worry, if there's food, she'll find it.
Yeah, but it's not a hangover cure.
Oh, you doubt Wynn's metabolism.
Eggs, Tabasco sauce, Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Oh, see, the only reason that's
No, Worcestershire sauce
some
goes in
gunpowder.
everything. It goes in everything.
The only reason that's a hangover cure is because it makes you upchuck, which helps in the long run.
I
Just
actually
in
wouldn't
case.
know
I was
this.
making a John Wayne reference.
I actually only have ever seen things on TV. I have no idea. Because I've never been there.
I only know modern hangover cures,
Own
not
that.
something that I could do for this, hence the John Wayne reference.
Oh, own that, because it's no.
Not
That's that's something.
I've only heard
it's-
bad
You're
stories.
better off going your whole life not knowing what that's like.
Yeah,
fair.
Not.
take advantage.
And on this random tangent, where are Bellamy and Cedric going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you just heading down to the lobby where
It's
you
two
walk, take a
buddies.
walk on the streets?
It's a bros night
How
without
far away
Dodger.
is the storm spire?
You're going to check that out.
Yeah, seems like a good spot to take a walk.
So you can see it because it's a large large tower out there. And you see it, but it's about the extent of it. It does look kind of out of place for the town. It looks like almost like it could have existed before the town. It doesn't fit with the architecture and structure out of place. And Cedric, I assume you're just going with him. I don't know if he's like, no, I will not go.
Yeah, that's it.
So as you're making your way there, as you draw near it, two things stick out at you on the storm spire. First of all, it's this big, it's almost like an obelisk type, but massive to the point of probably like half a city block in width and length, where it rises up out of the ground. It's approximately 200 feet tall, with these odd runes etched into it. Surrounding it is this large courtyard that's been gated off. There are paths and stuff that lead in there, but there is no other structures anywhere in the immediate vicinity. So it takes up its own, like basically a city block by itself. When you take in consideration the courtyard and everything else around it, where it sits. There is, as you're approaching, you do see there's it's closed, but there's like a little shop there that says Stormspire Souvenirs. You guys see in the window, there's like little trinkets and whatnot. As this is, which means, okay, this must be some sort of significant thing for this town.
You
that
have a
they
little bear?
use for tourists.
Nobody? Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
No, I got it.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have interrupted, but
I made a face, but I don't think you saw my face.
So that's what you see there at this point in the story.
Hey, Cedric, you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
He nods to you.
Is it all right if I keep traveling with you folks?
That is not for me to decide.
Do you mind if I keep traveling with you? I mean, have you got any problems with me tagging along a little longer?
I do not.
All right. It's been a while since I had folks I might call friends, so it's nice to have folks to talk to.
Yes.
Right. That's a crazy spire, isn't it? Any idea what those runes are?
Can I examine the runes?
Sure, you can. I mean, like I said, it's gated, but it's open. You can walk around it as such.
Oh, yeah, let's walk around inside.
Like I said, there's paths and stuff. It's like designed for people to walk around. It doesn't appear to be any openings to it. It's just a big, looks like a solid piece of smooth polished stone, black. as you draw closer to it, you see like just almost like little gray veins kind of running through the stone.
What is this?
Appears to be seamless, and then the runes. So if you're checking it out,
Arcanology?
you roll a d20. I'll add the skill.
All right.
So, yes, this is arcane in nature. The runes themselves, you have seen before, but you don't remember. Like it's like pulling at your mind. Like you've seen these, but as you start to like actively search through, because that's almost instinctually, you're like, I recognize this. But then when you try to latch it onto a memory, there's nothing there. Of like, where have I seen this before?
Would I be able to read Arcana?
I believe you can read Arcana.
I can read Arcana. Would that work on these glyphs?
You can make an intellect check on that. Just because it's different frames of it. Cedric, you make a intellect check for a different reason.
Okay.
Oh wait, I guess I gotta set this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Go for it. You do not. You're like, so you do recognize this. It's definitely an Arcana text, but it's not. It's old, and you're like, I'd like. It's hard to figure out like where this particularly piece went out. I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's all you get. Cedric, that's all you. So you it's arcane in nature, but not much outside of that. And old. Predating anything you've seen.
I might have known this.
All right, well, no worries. It's just a curiosity I had when I heard about it. Cedric, are you all right? I mean, you don't talk much, and you're kind of, I mean, there's really no other way to say it. You're kind of strange. Like, do you like, I don't know, are you okay?
Yes, I am fine. I have purchased for you this apple jam.
He brings out the thing that he grabbed from the corner of the room, which was a jar of apple jam, and he presents it.
This was the best traveling ration available.
Wow, that's mighty kind. How can I repay you?
Do not.
All right, well, I will gladly accept this. Thank you very much, Cedric. And I think Belmy is content to just walk around in silence. Cedric's probably not going to bring anything up, so just walk around for 15, 20 minutes and head back.
In the meantime, they several ladies come in and set up the bath, some sort of oils and soaps, and kind of like these like terry cloth like robes and such like that, so they can take your clothes and get them laundered. Except for Dodger, because he opted out of that.
They didn't know any better.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all part of life. You learn.
Yeah.
So, but you've got this nice tub, and at first it seems odd, but then it's like warm, just this like almost like just steamy warm water. It just gets in, and your muscles just kind of release.
Dodger's instantly in. Just
yeah.
Catel's pretty comfortable with the bath herself, so she just
Lorna's gonna sniff the water.
So Lorna, as you get in and you go to sniff it, you see.
No, I'm not in. It's like literally.
Yeah. As you lean over and you're sniffing it, out of the corner of your eye, you see a flash of a shape as wind cannonballs swoosh right into it, splashes it all on your face.
Oh, so I see now you're feeling better.
All you see is bubbles. She's under the water. But she's kind of on it, like floating on her back with the little bubbles coming up, and she's waving at you.
I'll get in, and as I do, I'm going to unintentionally, but intentionally, basically just put my hand right in her stomach and shove her back down for just half a second. Really looking forward to dunking that little punk.
So after you push her down and let her, she floats back up, kind of bobs up to the top, and squirts water on you.
Yep. And yeah. Just settle back.
Yeah.
Kind of do one of those, like, head on the edge. Don't.
Yeah, it's funny because you know you have bathed in the wilderness and such, but that's like whatever the temperature is. That's what the temperature is. So just how much the not like you don't realize how taut your muscles been and stuff until just like that warmth and it just starts just easing up and you're like, okay, this is nice. Didn't know you needed it, but now that you have, it's like, oh yeah, feels good. And reflecting on the fact that, and you've seen this before, but it's always interesting curiosity how odd Wind looks wet with all her fur all clinging to her and stuff. But she's never had a problem with water.
No.
But it is like you look weird.
I mean, to be fair, she already looks weird. So
Right. So now she just looks like soggy.
She already looks weird to me.
Soggy
So
just feathers and fur. That's Wind. Back at the so you finish up with Lexi. You finish up getting the machine run. They go. They give it a test run out there, and it's running just smooth and silent. And they load up a group. You see some ones heading up to the canyon path. Is more of you see look to appear like town guardsmen and such like that going to basically take their post. They head up, and then there's couple more wagons that had shown up a little bit later coming down, and you see on one of the later ones this individual.
Is it Sven? Is it Sven? Are we gonna have words with Sven?
Here, what is she? Where's this lost at?
Oh wait, just a second. I gotta share this picture here. Let's go.
You go to one town and not piss everyone off.
I don't piss people off. Come on, everyone loves me.
Let's
see.
You
see this?
I hear this.
One town kidnapped. Another town get a guy fired. You know.
This Lexi thing.
Lexi thing.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm assuming I hear that, and
so you see this individual. He's all of about 4'3", about as broad. He's walking out. What is she? He's looking everywhere, and you see people are kind of all turn their heads and look at you.
And as he comes up, I put my wrench on my shoulder, cock my hip to the side, and I'm like, "You talking about me?"
He comes over there, looks up at you. So you're the last that's fixing my machinery, is that right?
That's me.
Well, what gives you the right?
I have the right because I was able to fix it. Apparently you're not doing a very good job. Here, let me show you. I grab his arm and I bring him over. Let me show you Thief.
Yeah, he doesn't budge when you grab his arm.
I'm like
He's
trying
like
to get him to come.
I know what you did. I saw it up there at the top.
The moisture's not your friend. It's causing
Moisture's never been my friend.
Well, I drew up some stuff to help you. Because I'm not staying here, but it's something that could help keep these things running much more smoothly.
It's not that you fixed the machinery. It's that I had to go up that fell-sworn path up the side of the mountain for half the day. You could have sent a word or something down so I could turn around and come back.
Well, that wasn't my job to do that. Why didn't they do
Well,
it?
it's just a polite thing to do.
Well, I'm sorry.
He turns and looks at you, a bunch of bastards.
But you made it.
And I did. And he leans a little bit closer. Like, to be honest, I'm a blacksmith. These idiots just keep making me work on the machinery all the time. I don't know what's working. I just bang it around and it starts working again. I'm glad you fixed it.
Well, I left on, instructions. So if anything happens, I told them what they need to do to try to keep the moisture out. They might ask you to help with that, but I left very detailed schematics for it. Hopefully, you won't have to work on it as much.
And I appreciate that. I saw what you did up there. That was good work.
Thank you.
Clean as a baby's bottom.
I'll say, I usually am on airships, but at least I can help.
You're an air sailor.
Yes. Taiki's fortune.
Huh. Never heard of it.
It's got a big hole in the side right now, but hey, that's why we're here.
You're supposed to have a hole in the side of it.
Well, no, but it's being fixed. It's just going to take some time. But glad I could help you.
Yeah. What brings you to Terraville?
We gotta catch a train.
Oh. When's your train?
Tomorrow.
Well, then you'll be drinking with me tonight. Come along, lass.
All right, let's go.
You lads.
But
as he starts walking, he says, "Oh, and by the way, her name's Sven."
Oh, Lexi. Where are we going?
We're going to the Five Swords.
Okay.
It's a good establishment, good food, good ale.
All right.
So now there's like a big group of you making your way through the streets. And you get to the Five Swords. It's a large it's a pub in the town. That's probably about halfway between the Sky Rail and the Grand Hotel. It's the main area of it when you come in is 2 stories tall, with balconies that overlook the main floor. And there's just loud, boisterous noise as he comes in, and as he opens the door, and he's like, "Ætherealms!" and everyone's like, "Shen!" He's like the norm of this place, and he comes in, and and moseys up to the bar and climbs onto a stool and motions for you, and you see the people that come with them. Kind of, some sit by him, some that mingle about and are talking to others and such in there, and he looks, he's like, it says you did the job. You're paying, right?
To me?
Aye.
Oh, he was saying that to me. I was supposed to say, let's make sure he was saying that to me. How's that? Wait, I'm supposed to pay?
How about you buy the first round, and we'll go from there.
Fine, I'll buy you one.
Mhm.
Only one.
He gives you a devilish grin. He's like, "I'll take a depressed crystal."
What the hell is that?
And he yells to the bartender, he's like, "Make it 2.
Wait, what is that?
It's good, you like it."
Are you trying to get me drunk? I know better than that.
You said you're on an airship. Should be able to hold your alcohol.
Do you see how old I am? Just get him one. I'll do something that I like.
They comes back with these 2 big mugs of this light brown liquid. He grabs it. Looks to you. Come on now. You took a man's job. At least you can do is drink with him.
I only did this one time. You'll be working on it from now on. I'll grab it.
Alright, he slams it on the bar, sloshes a little bit, then chugs it back.
Oh, I ain't chugging. I'm sipping to see if I even like it after the last thing I drank tasted like tar.
This is a pils. It's a pilsner. So you're okay. It's a pilsner.
Okay,
it's got like a caramel taste to it, like an aftertaste to it. So.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. This is good. I don't chug it though. I'm sipping on it.
It's not cheap. It's 6% alcohol by volume.
Yeah, let's say I'm sipping. I won't chug because I'm not gonna make myself sick.
Well, as you sip, you're like, that's not bad. You sit down. You see, he's already got another one, and he's telling the barkeep there. He's like, "Put it on the tab."
Yeah, his tab. And I would say, I'm like, I paid for the first 2. I'm not dumb.
As you're sitting there and you're having these drinks, you notice other people are coming in, slapping them back, and stories are being talked about and stuff and whatnot, and the other people are buying. So you're getting more drinks, even though you haven't really. You're pretty sure you haven't committed to paying for anything other than that person. You're pretty sure about that.
I even said that to the bartender, saying, I'm only paying for the first 2.
Right.
I said that to the bartender.
You're not stupid, so you're keeping up, and you're like, yeah, okay, this because that person said he's like, oh, let me buy you both a drink, and so you're getting more drinks. You're not being charged for them.
Better not be.
And you're nursing yours, and he's kicking his back. And then he, so about 3 or so in, he kind of looks like, so let's you tell us. What's your story?
I work on an airship. That
you got to tell me something better than that. People around, yeah, come on, tell us a story.
I'm from Petra. That's about it.
I'm not that old. Practically fell asleep during that sentence. Tell us a good story. Come on, you have to have some sort of adventures. You're on an airship.
I got lost in the Wyldwoods once.
Oh, yeah, tell that tale. That sounds good. The Wyldwood. Ooh.
I'll say there was this freaky thing called Flicks. And, yeah, he was quite strange. I think he was the one that was getting us lost. One of my friends was, like, getting swallowed by, like the forest. It was quite bizarre.
I kind of look at each other. You're not very good at this, are you? That's the worst story I've ever heard.
I fixed machines.
There's something called a Flix and he's strange. Well, how's he strange? Tell the story.
I'm not a storyteller. Okay, let me tell you about an engine and how it runs. And I go into the working of an airship.
They've all kind of turned and start talking to each other about other things.
I can talk about airships all day, but I'm not a storyteller.
And Shen's like, let me tell you about this time when I had to arm wrestle a raptor over its meal. Now that's a tale. And I was like, we've already heard that once, man. You'll hear it again, or are you going to hear about that engine? Meanwhile, back at the Grand Hotel, baths are over with. Badger, you have your smelly, grimy clothes sitting there.
He actually, he does have a pair of traveler's clothes that he got from the fort that we were at. And so the basket that has all of the towels and whatnot, as soon as the towels are gone, because he's used them, and in the whatever state the traveler's clothes are, too small, too big. That's nothing out of the ordinary for him. The dirty clothes are in the basket, and he just kind of sets it on a chair somewhere and just kind of sets it down, and it's all nice and clean in the other set of clothes that are probably 2 to 3 sizes too big for him.
Roll a d6.
Okay. Let's see how big these clothes are.
Please be too small.
Or small.
Please be too small.
Or small. 1d6.
Don't
Let's
roll
see.
low. Oh!
Hey,
Is that
just
low?
right.
They're a little snug, but they are your size.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, 3 and 4. I was like, that was kind of the range of size. They're right in the middle there. It's a little bit on the snugger side, but it fits without any too much duress. So yeah.
Ain't nothing out of the ordinary. So, in the fresh traveler's clothes and the dirty ones that are full of holes and whatnot and dirt are in a basket, and he's gonna make his way over to the fort that Cattell has gloriously put together, and his stomach growls. And just kind of sits there.
Lorna would have already brought over the smorgasbord, or she will be at probably about the same time.
So yeah, Lorna's bringing over half the smorgasbord. Wen's ate the other half.
Yeah,
already.
what was in her room? She's like, I don't know. What
You
to do
see,
with this.
so she comes in with that. So you kind of we're relatively around the same time. Wen just looks like a big puffball now, as her hair is all dried out and stuff like that. Yeah, just poof. But seems happy as she's fed and she's had some water in her now, and that metabolism's kicked in. Cattell, assume you're roughly around the same time too, so everybody's kind of wrapping up, and Belmy and Cedric, you arrive back about this time.
Cattell is kind of just sitting on the corner between all of this and the outside, as I'm assuming the sun is on the cusp of setting. It's set. It's gone.
It's set.
So she is sitting kind of in between those two worlds that she's created here. Her hair is wrapped up in this kind of bun on top of her head, and she's wearing the robes. And she very strangely looks uncharacteristically elegant in this, like where she is right now. And she's just waiting for the food.
All right. So, I assume you went through the side, like not in the hallway, but then the inside doors that connect the rooms to kind of cross over there. So you come there, you see her with the backdrop, but you see the sky about beyond, and it's the hues of purple and orange and such, and the aurora that's spread across the night sky. And she's sitting there.
Did Lorna and Dodger enter? Like, I mean, I would have had to cross through Dodger's room.
Right. And as soon as you went through Dodger's room with the stuff.
Yeah, he's following him.
Yeah. As he's hungry, he was like, as his stomach started growling, he's like, man, I'm following you.
Lorna's just going to leave to the side. Now she looks more like one of the village girls. And then that's it. Just murmurs it very quietly to Dodger.
There's even something about her that's even like more than just a village girl.
It's not what I meant, but
almost like a village people.
All of it. She's just 100 people.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
This is the first time Lorna has seen her look not like the battle-ready Cattell that she's used to. And so now she's seeing probably the girl who, if she'd ever noticed her, would know who she is. It's more along those lines. Like now she can kind of see something that, okay, it's more that. So not a dig on the the look you were describing. It's more of a compliment if anything else.
But even like comparing her to the village girls, there's just something there that's just a little bit more.
Would it be reminiscent to say someone posh that Dodger would have snuck into one of their homes, like that elegant kind of look?
Like She doesn't realize it, but her environment she spent the last several years in has rubbed off on her, even despite the fact that she was uncomfortable with it. She doesn't realize that it's become a part of her. Gotcha.
The comment that Lorna made, it went meow over Dodger's head. So he just kind of shrugs and is following his nose in the food. And
I'm just gonna hand him like the tray.
Oh, love, that was a bad idea.
And then
he thinks about it and goes,
I'm gonna take
nope.
Win and I'm gonna take Win and put Win on his shoulder for a moment. I'll be right back. Be good. Don't eat it all. And
Win just kind of crawls right from shoulder down arm into the tray that's full of food, and she's sitting on it as you're carrying it, and she's already digging into it.
You gotta share, okay? That's the thing, when you're with a family and with a group, no matter what, when it comes to food, you gotta share. We all gotta eat.
One hand just reaches back. She doesn't even turn. She just kind of holds it up to you, and she's stuck in her mouth. And
and I'll just like gently just poke her on the forehead. Just A.
Hearing all of this, I'm gonna kind of turn towards them. Is Win a part of the platter?
Apparently, you want to feast on some Win.
I mean, I have been curious how she would taste.
I've gone out of the room back to my room because I was going back to get something. So
I'm looking directly at Win at this comment of like, you hear that?
I don't think she's threatened.
No, my cat is sassing on her.
Is what she says.
I don't understand what you're saying. And I'll set the tray down, pull Win off onto the shoulder to get away from the food, and go, here, and I'll grab like a handful, one handful for me, one handful for Win, so that there's still plenty on the board. And then I've got my shoes off, go up to the window and perch on the window with my talons, and start eating and feeding Win on my shoulder.
You could tell her just slowly start slowly eating it. She doesn't want to eat everything before everybody else gets there, but she's digested all that raptor meat, so she's a little peckish.
Fair.
So there's like a little food fest going on. Is everybody's like passing food to each other?
Lorna went back to her room, and she would have had her. She's gonna grab her bow and quiver, and basically everything else that wasn't taken to be cleaned, like her gear. She probably wouldn't grab her full pack, but definitely her weapons and her armor. And then she's gonna come in, kind of look at them all, and then just plop down on the floor, and she's gonna just be inspecting her armor and the bowstring. She's doing her finally has a moment to really make sure everything is still in full working order.
Make sure you eat some before it's all gone.
And as you go through, you feel a grape hit you in the head as Win's like tossing you food. Be nice. I mean, it's not like being mean. She's like, there's some for you too.
Here, plebe.
And I'll grab some in a moment, and I chuck it back at her. Yeah.
Bellamy, Cedric, you arrive to this scene.
Cedric nods.
You gonna come join us?
Cedric looks at Bellamy.
Well, I'm sure gonna eat something.
I'm gonna kind of peek outside again.
Hang on, let me scooch over so you can actually get your head outside.
Well, it's dark and Lexi's been gone for a while.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing of where the hell Gears was at. Should we send out a search party?
Some of us don't even have clothes. Last time she was gone too long, it didn't end well.
I mean, I've got clothes. I could go down Fire Escape and go try and find her.
I'm not worried about that.
You eat. I will go search,
says Cedric, turning around.
I mean, I can walk and eat at the same time.
If you're gonna go, you better run to catch up with him.
it, and I'll pass Win over to Cattell and just scurry down the fire escape.
Okay, just
It'll be faster for me.
set her on my shoulder so she can choose what she wants to do.
She leaps off and flutters outside.
I guess she's gonna go
after Dodger. Yeah,
She's
just
either
yeah,
gonna
Laura's like, God, don't let her. No.
Maybe she'll only look for Lexi and not do anything else.
You guys are so
It's Win.
untrusting.
It's Win.
I can pretend to believe in.
And dream, Harold.
What's changed?
Has she?
Trust me, caution with her only lasts for a short time.
Well, I suppose if there's a commotion, we'll know where to go.
Fair. Plus, she tends to be able to find a hiding place here. I think the reason she got caught last time is there was none.
Yeah.
Hope she remembers that we're taking a train, though. She'll probably stick close to Dodger. She tends to like him.
Yeah.
Cedric, anytime you head out and
I totally toss like something from the platter to Bellamy standing there.
Come sit down.
All right.
Cedric, you and Dodger kind of connect out there because it's not by the time you get down the fire escape, you're out the front door and you're both heading out there. So you're relative, unless you want to go separately, you could team up. Wynn is keeping close by. But, you know, so you see her fluttering across the rooftops, but she is staying in your vicinity.
Cedric
So?
Cedric turns and looks at you.
What you thinking? My lead, your lead?
He points over at the tram building.
How long has it been since Gears left us to go work on a thing?
It was late afternoon.
What afternoon? And how long did it take her to fix the one that we were sitting at?
Like 20 minutes or something.
I was like 20 minutes maybe.
All right. Okay. So probably not in the same spot. I could give us some leads.
Others may have seen.
Yeah. But at this time of night, not a lot of people are working. Do you know what most people are doing around this time of night?
Consuming.
Yeah, eating and
Sleeping.
close. Drinking. Let's go look at some of the local bars. Some local pubs or houses of ill repute. That's something that would most people, if they've seen somebody, they would end up there and they could tell us. That's another place. But most of the time, pubs. Most people end up at pubs this time of night.
Very well.
Cedric looks around.
I'm gonna try and find the nearest pub.
There's you find this one. It looks like appears to be built at the bottom floor of a home, which just seems to be like just a home's bottom floor was kind of just gutted out to make a bar. And as you kind of step in, there's just a bunch of men kind of hunched over the bar, and they all kind of turn their head and scowl in your direction at the same time. Just
Scowl back.
Cedric looks around the room, scanning.
very small. There's like it's just the bar and these gentlemen and the person serving who also turns and looks as he's cleaning a mug.
Cedric's
Is it getting dirtier the more he cleans it? Is it that kind of a bar?
Cedric's gonna walk up to the bar after not spotting Lexi.
They don't even they're just staring at you.
I require information.
Oh no.
You take your requirements out of here. This isn't a bar for you.
Cedric looks at the rest of the people in the bar.
They're all just kind of nodded. One of them cracks his knuckles.
Do you require compensation?
He says and puts some cash on the bar.
You don't say it out loud.
The bartender slams the mug that he's cleaned down, throws the rag on it, stomps over, and what'd you put on the counter?
Oh.
Just random coins.
Cedric reaches into his pocket and draws out 19 bits.
He wakes up and he sweeps them off the bar and kind of dumps them in a bucket under his bar. Thanks for the donation. Now get out.
Cedric grips the side of the bar.
Information.
I just gave you some. Get out.
Cedric's nature is triggered here.
Oh no, Dodger's gonna walk up.
His demeanor is triggered here.
Oh Lord. Dodger's gonna attempt to defuse the
Is there an
situation.
opportunity for me to regain plot points here?
To regain plot points here? Well, yeah, I mean, you're invoking your demeanor, so yeah, I just want to see how it's going to play out.
Oh, no.
I'm so ready for this.
I
know. Cedric leans forward, and the light in his skin dims slightly as the blue of his eyes grows brighter.
An exchange has been made. You will deliver.
Roll persuasion or
this is intimidation.
or intimidate if that's the route you're going here. It's hard to tell, Cedric. It's kind of all comes out at this point.
All the same. Do I roll this with my plus for the mask? Do you remember what that was? Because I don't.
It's
10.
on your sheet. No, it's on your. It's one of those things.
No, it's in the
there.
player screen somewhere, or it used to be. Oops.
Where was it? Is that it? Nope. I know it's in there.
It was either 4 or 2.
I know. I was. Shoot, which one was it? I'm gonna say 2. 4 would be a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll do 2.
We thought it was 4, and then it was 2.
No. You do your roll. I'll do my roll.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Roll away. So that worked out well because I was able to actually put his roll against that. So you grip that. He's looking at you all, trying to be macho and what have you, and your eyes they're open, and he kind of leans backward, kind of glances over at the patrons that are sitting there. Fine, what do you want to know?
Cedric leans back, some of the light receding.
Where do workers of the tram drink?
Lots of places.
The most
here.
common.
Maybe the Five Swords.
Cedric nods, looks at him a little bit longer, and turns back to Dodger. And
His hair is very, very bright, and he. Let's go to the five swords. Yep, let's go there. Thanks, Gov. Really appreciate the help.
Doesn't show it. When he reaches down and picks the mug back up to go, you notice his hands are shaking. He's trying to downplay it, but his hands are shaking as he starts to clean.
Yep, and there's just a nod, and Dodger's gonna reach into his one of his many pouches, and just flick him a assets. Let me see. I'm gonna flip him a cog, and just sorry, and as they exit. And off to wherever the five swords are.
All right. So you make, as you continue to walk, eventually you do see the sign for the five swords, which, there it is.
Hey, I like that sign. That's a nice sign.
I made it myself.
It's a nice sign.
I did it with my skills.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, you see the sign out there, and there's loud, just you hear boisterous laughter and noise and you know whatnot coming out from this establishment.
Before we enter inside, Dodger's gonna turn to Cedric and go, "All right, Broody, all right. How about this time you have me do the talking, right? Because, to be honest, I think the guy that you just talked to, the poor barkeep, may need to have changed into, let's say, the brown pants. Might have scared him just a bit too much."
I did not see his pants.
They were black. And I think he took a change into the brown ones, if you know what I'm saying. Of course you don't know what I'm saying, it's you. Point is, you scared him. So maybe this time I do the talking? Is that alright with you?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Just stand there and be your normal broody self. Right? Cool. Awesome. And I just pat his chest and then enter inside.
All right. You come in and you said there's just different crowds and groups. It's packed in here. This would freak Lorna out to no end. Despite it's just boisterous, but it seems to be all in good spirits. I mean, we're slapping each other on the back and drinking and laughing and as you come in.
Okay. I'd like to give a scan about the place because it is packed. I'd like to kind of scan the room a bit. See if there's anyone that either A, I recognize, or anyone who looks greasy, like any of the other workers that would have worked on the machinery that kind of has a similar look to Gears in the way of dress of like the jumpsuit kind of look, and all the grease.
Give me a perception, which should be there now.
I love how out of habit I grabbed a D20, like a physical D20, and went, "Oh no, wait, that's not what we're doing today." Perception?
Yes.
Yeah!
Oh,
Yeah!
oh my gosh!
Yes!
Oh my god, Soup, you drew 2 20s in a row.
Well, the funny thing is like, I got the
Just
next
rolled
one.
across my screen. It was so delayed. Holy cow!
Well, and the third one
like,
looked like it was
what's
going
going
to be a 19, but then it
Yeah.
got, then it didn't.
And it moved
stop.
over. I
Yeah.
just gave you an extra edge for that one. You
Let me-
get 1 bonus edge for that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hell
2
yeah!
20s in a row. Nice.
Dude! I mean, in a way, if I was a ranger, I'd say I'm in my favorite terrain. But there we are.
Like it was like a 20, and then a 2. Like, you've had enough, sir.
Your luck has just run out.
All right, so you're kind of, and it's just, it's almost like you don't even see, you hear. You hear because there's this
that
little
voice.
crew, that voice, and you hear. And what's Lexi doing?
Okay, so there's this big ship, and it's like after us, coming out of this purple cloud, and you know we're trying to get away from it, and things are starting to fly around us, and they're attacking us and stuff, and something hits the side of the ship and it blows up the engine, and I fly out the side, and as I'm flying out, I happen to catch the rope, so I wouldn't fall to my death.
Oh, and then here's like, what about the bug-eyed guy? What was he doing?
Mopping on the deck.
He was mopping while you were saving the whole ship?
Well, I'm not sure because I was down below trying to make sure that we got away. And so I'm going to have to get back up the rope. So, and then I'm like having to try to keep the other engine going so we could get away. It was crazy. But we made it. And that's why we've been away from our ship. Because now we're waiting for our ship to be fixed.
So while that story is going, I clock it and go, she's over here to Cedric. And on my way over, I'm going to Ledgerman, grab a half-drink pint of whatever, sniff it first, hope that it's ale. If it's ale, awesome. If not, I'm putting it back and switching it out for something else. I'd rather not blow up the place.
You want it to be.
Yeah. You own the place.
I would say Cedric, as you kind of approach in, you see he does this thing, and then he kind of like makes his comment to you, and then just vanishes in the mass. Just, this is his crowd. He just sifts through, and you're standing still in the doorway as he goes in the direction he pointed.
So I grab a flagon, make my way over to Lexi, and then drape an arm over her with the flagon out and go, and would you believe it? I slept through the whole bloody thing.
Dodgy!
Would you believe it?
This is Dodgy.
I guess.
Everybody's like, they all go, Dodgy!
I see my reputation precedes me.
Dodgy is the best.
I mean, I certainly try.
What do you got
They're
to
well
drink?
into their
And I'm like
drinks,
going
too,
for your
so
drink to start drinking.
They're well into
This
it.
one's
So
mine. 1. 2, I believe there is a nice cozy bed and a nice hot bath waiting for you at the place where we're staying.
No, if you stay here, Sven's buying.
It's Sven! How
Sven
many times do I have to keep
buying.
telling you that? It's Sven!
He's buying because I helped him.
My dear mother's rolling over in a grave over that one.
Well, that is mighty kind of you, good sir. It's mighty kind. But you see,
Get
and
him
I'll
one and put it on
turn,
Sven's tab.
I'll turn Lexi towards Cedric.
What's Cedric doing?
Do I even see them?
You can roll a
I'm loud
perception
and
check too,
boisterous.
because you lost. Yeah, although you can roll with advantage because he did point in general direction, so it's not like, so it wouldn't be hard for you. There you go. You're good. Yep, you spot him.
Cedric.
Now, there's
Try
a
to make
mass of
himself
people between you and them, though.
As
Although you do
skinny as
tower over
possible.
many.
As skinny as possible.
Drawing himself up to his full height, turns sideways, looking at where he's going, begins edging through the crowd.
And as soon
just
as I
turned
see
Lexi.
him, I'll be like, Cedric!
And everybody kind of look, and they turn around and like, Cedric!
Cedric stops. Dead stops on the way. And then he keeps going.
And I'm just gonna whisper in Lexi's ear and go, see how awkward he is right now? I think it might be best if we help him get back to the room now, wouldn't it? I think that might be a smart idea.
As soon as he's whispering that, I'm like, don't touch Cedric!
That's not what I was saying.
He doesn't like to be touched.
We won't touch him! Don't worry. Everybody's drunk, so it's craziness. We won't touch him! And somebody goes like this while he's standing by and they fall over. Like,
Cedric, do you want a drink? Sven's buying.
When have you seen
Are you all right?
Yeah! Have a drink! I guess that's
It's like
fine.
having your big brother come get you.
Come on, Dodgy! Drink!
I've
I
got
grab
all
some
face.
random cup that I see that's like,
no.
like I'm starting to hand
yeah, you
it
see
to
like
him.
the bar that they're
what's
sitting
in that
at, they just
cup?
got mugs there, all just kind of sitting around, and it just occasionally a barkeep kind of come and try to collect some.
Can I judge her inebriation level?
What are you basing that on?
Comparison between how she's acting now and previously, maybe like more medically, like the rosiness of her cheeks, the dilation of her pupils.
Definitely, yes, there's definitely, like, she is not the, like, usual Lexi, although she's functional, so she's got that going for her.
I'm totally functional.
You should return to the hotel.
I mean, I gotta tell you, there is a lovely spread of food there, though. Hey, listen.
Cedric, sit down, have a drink. Oh, wait, did you say he can't drink or he can drink?
I've seen him drink before. I have.
Have a drink.
What?
Once. Dodgy once. He drank in front of me.
No!
Yes!
I don't believe it, and I'll believe it when I see it, which might not be tonight. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Lovey, and I bring you in close. Lovey, let me put it to you this way. I'm pretty sure if we don't show up within the next, I'll look at the spot halfway across from my mole and go, looking out towards the sky and go, if we're not back in about an hour, I'm pretty sure Qadan and Lorna are going to set out a search party.
So, I lean into your ear and I'm just like, I just gotta make sure I'm not paying for any of this stuff.
I don't think you are. I think you could. Quite frankly, you could have skipped out about maybe 4 minutes ago.
I don't want to pay anything. I'm like, Spen's paying. I'm trying to make sure he's paying. Okay, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for the drink, Sven.
Stay.
Hey, Svenny boy, she'll be back another day. It's fine.
What are you calling boy?
Gov, listen. Everyone, it's a thing where I'm from. Everyone's called boy or lads or laddie boy.
Stupid. Where you from?
Well, that's a matter of opinion, and his hair's getting brighter.
Sven, it's okay.
I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Called me boy.
He calls everyone
but he ain't my granddad. So, but we must be off, and I tell you, she will be back another time. I promise. I promise you, she will be back another time.
Totally be back. I'm assuming you're dragging me out.
Yeah, that's what if you're making
slowly but surely. Like I'm also trying to stave off a fight that I don't want to deal with right now.
My whole purpose
I'm in
is
fresh
I don't
clothes.
have
I
to
really
pay
don't want to deal with the fight right now, and the sword is in the room.
Okay.
Make our way back to Cedric. And out.
Alright, you're outside.
As soon as we outside, I'm like going, okay, thank goodness. I just thought I was going to have to pay a lot of that stuff because Sven kept on saying I had to do it on my tab.
No. Once I get to that level, and if you've talked to the barkeep, you're usually fine. It's all right.
I kept on telling him that I only bought the first 2, and I already gave him the money for that.
Yeah. If you do that with the barkeep and drinks keep showing up, it's usually from other people.
Okay,
That's usually how that
you
goes.
got there when I did, because let me tell you, woo!
Seriously, you tied one on nicely. Anyway, let's get back to the hotel.
Okay. You okay,
And
Cedric? Okay.
You did great there, big man. You did real great.
Notice that Wynn the entire time never went in. She stayed outside.
I was about to look for Wynn because she's been following us, making sure she's still here.
Yep, she's perched up outside. She's on the little sign swinging there. She's sitting on that as you come out.
And I'll just kind of gesture for her to follow along, and away we go. Back to the room.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure Dodger still has the mug from the place in his hand.
Yeah, nobody's gonna catch you at that. All right. So you make your way down the streets, 4 of you, to get back to the hotel. In the meantime, what's going on? Oh,
Can I hear any music coming from out in the street? Any of that going on, or is that all too far away?
Faintly, sometimes on the wind, you can pick up something, but it's not sustained enough to, like, you just hear like a, and you've got good hearing, so you can you hear something, but there's not. This is a posh establishment, so they don't have like a lot of noise and stuff around that area.
Okay.
Or the guests, so they can sleep.
So, kind of waiting for everybody else to come back because I don't want the food to all be gone by the time they get there. Catella's kind of just going to be, is there a balcony or is it just a window?
It is there. I guess it's a window, but there's the fire escapes kind of like right there. So there's like a little space outside, but not like a full balcony.
Okay. So kind of just like a little, just eating a little here and there. She's kind of just swaying and standing close to there and just trying to keep an eye out for them. But whenever she hears a bit of music, she'll get a little lyrical in her movements and kind of just keep an eye out because they've been gone for a while.
Yeah. Okay. After some time, they do make it back.
I will note that Dodger is still going to take the fire escape back up. Everyone else can go through the front. He's taking the fire escape back up.
Okay, Wynn flies up with you, so the two of you you climb, she flies. Let's take a break there. We'll get there. So, short break.
With luck.
An Aether 5.
Aiming for 5.
Aether 5. An Ether 5.
An Ether 5.
We're trying, guys.
Sorry.
I will own we were late this week or today because of me. I was running in the door.
Real life things happen.
Yes, it does.
Real life is not my favorite thing right now.
It's okay. But we'll be
Very
back
fair.
in like 5 minutes. All right? Be
An
back.
Ether 5.
Either 5.
An Ether 5.
They didn't turn out so great.
All right.
This is just not that great.
Sorry. It was like 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
Aether 5.
Ether 5.
Either.
Ether 5.
An Aether 5, you use both hands.
It's mysterious.
That's what the shirt will be.
Sometimes you do
It'll
it for
say Aether 5, but have two hands up.
And Dodger's face just very confused.
All right, so the group's there at the Grand Hotel, and the others finally show up. Dodger and Wynn via the fire escape. Cedric and Lexi via the standard normal way that people enter rooms.
Cedric's not going to go all the way up. I'm going to stay in the lobby.
Okay. So as you both are walking in, he stops. Lexi.
I would notice that. Everything okay? Are you not coming up?
There is food upstairs.
I know you don't eat, but will you join us?
Later.
Okay. And I turn.
he staggers off into the. Because keep in mind, you are happy with your drinks.
Happy.
So she kind of staggers off to the stairs. So what is Cedric doing? Down in the lobby.
Cedric's gonna go talk to the concierge.
All right. As you approach, there's two individuals there. Hotel staff kind of talking, and John turns towards you. Yes, sir. How may I help you?
I require a bath.
Absolutely. What room shall we have it?
Not in the room.
Oh, very good. We do have baths on this floor. And he looks to the person that he was talking to, and they're like, follow me, sir.
He grabs his shoulder.
Is it private?
Of course. Absolutely.
Let's go. The shoulder nods. Follows him.
He's walking, and as he's going, it's like, do you require any laundering? As he's walking,
No.
Very good, sir. So he takes you down this hallway, and you see it's just a series of doors on there, and you see baths, on the doors and such. And they go to one, they open it, and as you step in, it's like we'll have to draw it, which will be a moment.
He nods.
Meantime, Lexi, you get back upstairs without Cedric. We'll throw Dodger off because you all kind of were getting there together, and suddenly he's not there. But Lexi comes in.
I'm home.
Oof. Oh. Yeah.
She smells of pipe smoke and alcohol.
And oil.
And oil and grease and
hold on.
BO.
I'm gonna walk over to her room and ding the bell.
Just get it prepped.
I was actually gonna say, like, because would Dodger? Yeah, I was gonna do that. It's fine. If Dodger got there before, Lorna would have gotten up and immediately rung the bell, knowing that Lexi
this
probably.
is happen.
As Cattell goes, Lorna's. I already actually.
You can talk. You
can
can
talk
talk to them. You can talk to them.
Why me?
Do you want me to talk to them?
Oh my gosh, I'll talk to them. My goodness.
Why don't? I think I left a spare towel in there. Why don't you get changed out of your clothes? Apparently they'll laundry them for you.
Yeah, hence the white robe.
And you'll notice that the clothes that I'm usually wearing are even covered by something else that's just as nasty at this point. I've got layers.
I'm just gonna, just kind of start just gesturing to the other one.
Come join us when you're finished. Oh, you're probably hungry. I'm gonna gather some of the food off there and bring it over
Are you
to
making
her.
a charcuterie board?
just a little handful of stuff to hold her over until she can come join us.
Somebody comes in and you see they get hot water and such out there, and they bring a basket with towels and soaps and things like that, and they sit down there and they ask, is there anything else you need? A beverage, a snack?
Do you have bandages?
Sir, if you're injured, we can call the doctor.
I am not.
Yeah, yes, we can get you bandages. Do you need them now, before the bath, or after?
Yes.
One moment. Run off.
He waits patiently.
After about 10 minutes or so, they return with some bandages.
Thank you.
All right. And they leave you to your privacy.
Does the door have a lock?
It does. For privacy.
Yeah, he locks that. He thinks about it a sec. Then, And he spends an essence to leave a barrier there.
Okay.
No one sneaks a peek on Cedric.
It's going to take some work to get through that door.
He's just thinking of Cattell, like just being
Yeah.
like, where are you?
Exactly what I was thinking of. They're like, ooh.
I've seen it all.
It's just a
She's
bright
not
light.
used to these shy guys.
What's going on in there?
Just constantly playing over in his head. I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
Usually they want to show off.
Not Cedric.
He's bashful.
Or Bellamy.
Apparently.
He's private.
All right.
He's gonna take off his clothes and clean himself.
Do his thing. Lexi, same thing. They get a bath up there for you, same basket, such.
And I kind of hold my icky stuff and go, I'm so sorry, but I fixed the lift for the town.
Oh, you're the one that got out.
It's really messy. I'm so sorry.
You get your stuff and
It's like, as soon as they go, I'm like, sploosh.
apparently they put a swimming pool in your.
She just like rolls into it.
No, I swan dive. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's like literally, I'm like, whoosh, fall into it and just soak.
Okay.
Eventually, I scrub, but first I just soak. Like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. So.
While the baths are happening, Dodger's gonna go over to Bellamy and be like, I'm a bit confused. They've been saying this word a lot. What's laundry?
Well, they're just washing your clothes. That's all.
Then why don't they just say that?
I guess there's a word for everything, right? So, makes it easier to say.
I guess.
I mean, you could say, I went outside and I put my sword through that guy's chest, or you could say I stabbed that guy. So, there's a word for a lot of things.
Right. Apparently. Alright. And I just kind of tap him on his shoulder, go back to our room, and ding the bell.
Oh, look after him. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. I think he's asking for laundry.
Oh.
His ears are a little red.
Who has a really good nose? Like, smell?
Oh, yes.
Not me. I stick out my arm to her. Do I smell? Like, not clean, weird.
What exactly are you getting at?
I scrubbed really hard, but I can't smell it.
What
does she
which
say?
for Lorna translates to, I think you all smell.
That's not terribly kind, is it?
She smells it.
No. She says we all smell.
Oh,
To be fair, so does she.
I guess
It's
we all
just
have our
different.
own sense, but I'm just wondering if I have something off and more unique, I guess. I don't know if anyone could smell it. I look at Wynn. Can you smell it?
Tell her
Is it bad?
tell her it's not bad. When?
Is it? No, honestly, tell me, is it bad? Like, would someone be able to track me? Okay.
In all honesty, we all probably, to a certain extent, have blended our sins. When I used to
Right.
hunt in the woods, the longer I was in the woods, the easier it was to hunt things. As long as I was clean like the woods.
Hmm.
Why are you so concerned?
Um,
Taking a bath.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to really understand anything. I'm just paranoid. I guess.
Did someone track me through a city by scent?
I don't think so. I just don't want them to be able to if they can. I don't think they would, though. It's been long enough.
Bellamy, like.
Who are you talking about? Is someone chasing you?
No one's chasing me. I'm just paranoid. There's no reason they would.
Who's they? I mean, there's someone you got in mind.
Yeah. Sorry, this isn't a topic I'm ready for. You're not in danger. You're not. I'm just not ready for that conversation.
Now, are you in danger?
Not my life, I don't think. Not my life. I doubt I'm in danger at all. I'm just, like I said, paranoid. I've always been paranoid, but...
I don't think Bellamy asked if your life was in danger. He asked if you were. So
I don't think...
danger comes in different forms.
I don't think so.
But it still weighs heavy on your mind?
I just get stuck in my head. And once I was told I had a scent, it just made me think of the wolves back home. So.
Well, I would take some comfort in the fact that you have taken a bath. That should cover up any scent that you may have. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're the safest that you've ever been right after a bath. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Right. Sorry about earlier. I'm not used to people caring about that. Privacy, modesty, that sort of thing.
Well, no harm done. I'm not used to people invading my privacy, so it's I don't mind too much.
You seems to mind a lot.
Well, it was startling. I damn near fell out of the bath. You came.
That would have made it a lot more awkward than
right.
It needed to be.
Well, how'd you get through that door? Well, why did I even ask the question? You just teleported through?
Oh, I didn't teleport. I do teleport. You've all seen that. And at this point, I guess it's not much of a secret. I can also make holes through the wall that aren't really holes.
Make one of these holes so that we could possibly fire something through. Like Bellamy with one of his spells. Or me with an arrow.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I got us all into the fort with the ghosts when we first attacked. So,
true.
And it can last for a fairly long time if I can maintain my concentration on it.
But could you keep it open and then shut it again and then open it again in time for us to fire again?
Every time I make a new one, it would take more of my energy. I'd only be able to do it so many times.
Fair enough.
Should I tell Dodger's, where's Dodger? He's getting his laundry.
I'm ordering laundry.
I would just say that they came and collected it. And they brought him a robe. So if you want to return, you can come back with the robe.
I think he's already figured it out for the most part. We were talking about it on our way up the stairs.
Are you sure?
Were we talking about it on the way up the stairs?
We were. I mentioned that Cattell could go through walls and you might want to watch out.
That's a different thing. That's the whole thing, not the portal thing. It's two different things.
Right now, we're talking about the whole thing. So
the whole thing I've got a lock on. That's the thing I've got. And at the mention of teleportation, are you talking about the whole thing? As he comes to the door with the robe on.
You mean like the one where you were going threw in and out and.
No, that was my sword, right? Oh no, wait. Is that you the whole time?
Yeah. Sorry, it was just kind of funny.
Hang on a minute, I gotta yell at my sword. And he goes back to his room and pulls the sword out of his bag and go, "You bloody liar!" And then shoves the sword back in his bag and comes back.
Are we going to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You were giving your sword the silent treatment.
Yep,
Which is why it's back in the bag!
He just takes it out to yell at and then go,
Ah! Back where you belong.
Yes!
I'm just
He's
saying.
a teenager.
I'm worried about its nature.
What's the nature?
I kind of look at Bellamy and Lorna.
Dodger, it drinks blood.
You're so...
So do a lot of things.
No.
There ain't nothing natural that drinks blood like that. That's some evil. That's some nasty stuff.
Between Cattell and I, we likely can use any weapon you can think of, for the most part. And I've never seen one do what yours does. Granted, the wooden dagger does things I've never seen before as well. But my point being, the wooden dagger doesn't exactly cause harm.
What do you call what happened to Lexi as not harm?
To be fair, I think it just did what it was intended to do.
I wish I was there.
So? No. It doesn't go both ways.
Dodger, I think there's a difference between a tool and something sentient that's causing you to act out of character.
You ran in like a damn fool. You almost got yourself killed.
And
I
it
couldn't
didn't
get
look
close
like
enough.
it didn't look like you were in your right mind when it was happening either. It was like something had possessed you. I don't want to cause any contention. I'm just worried.
I appreciate your concern. I do. But listen. Me and the sword, tells me its bloody name. Me and the sword we're having a bit of a spat, and it's staying in the bag.
All right.
Right now.
Having a spat with the sword.
And what exactly are you going to do if you need a sword? And also over what?
I'll make do. It talks to me on occasion, and when I asked it for some answers after the particular event that you're referring to, it didn't want to talk to me, so I'm not talking to it. Silent treatment goes both ways. And if it's mad that it's not being fed, then it can bloody deal.
I'm worried that if you neglect it, it's going to lash out at you if you pick it up again.
Well, that's the thing. We've got an agreement, and we've had one for a while. And if it doesn't want to hold up its end of the bargain, I'm not going to hold up mine. That's how agreements go.
Is this
Right.
an agreement or is it an accord?
It's an agreement.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I didn't sign nothing. I didn't shake hands.
You're also talking to a sword that drinks blood.
So, this one makes holes in walls out of magic.
That's me, though.
So, it's magic. That's my point.
Where did you get
I
that
don't,
sword?
I don't have a bloodthirsty entity in my head.
What are we talking about? We're talking about a sword? I'm coming into the room. I'll clean.
I'd like to know where Dodger got his.
Well,
Exactly.
He told us where he got it. He got it in Petra.
When he helped his friend.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so upset?
We're not upset. We're just worried about him being safe and, frankly, everyone else.
Oh, because his sword sucks blood?
No.
Yeah.
Ah.
No.
Well, that is kind of concerning.
More because it turns him into a raving lunatic who runs ahead, and I almost dies multiple times, so I have next to nothing left when we get to the top.
I don't know, but you have a dagger that's almost killed me and this killed Cedric. So I think we all have some things that are kind of questionable.
Mine is quite simple to keep control of. I just don't let anyone else touch it. His literally sent him into battle charging ahead of everyone so no one could help him. I nearly had nothing left to help anyone else if something else happened.
I look at Dodger, I'm like, did the sword tell you to run in?
Not in a manner of words.
What did the sword tell you?
Words.
Or what did it make you feel?
How do I put this into words? It gave me a feeling of rage and hunger that needed to be fed. Because it wasn't being fed like it normally would. So...
How often were you feeding it before? Or did you
since
know
I
you
got
had to
it?
feed it?
I mean, it fed really well the first time I held it. And then after that, anytime I got into a scrape, it was there to feed. And it got very frustrated during that fight because no matter what I was doing or what we were doing, me and the sword, it wasn't getting fed. So I got angry.
So if you're not making the kill type?
If I'm not making a hit,
okay,
it was getting angry.
So then it takes blood from you if it's not getting it from something that you're killing?
I mean, maybe. A bit mad.
Say again?
I think it drives him a bit more mad.
Right, but he had not been in a battle where he had fought something that it could draw blood, so it gave it no choice but to take blood from him, or because it needs to be fed.
I just was not hitting at all during that.
It made him a bit mad, and he ran ahead.
Right,
remember?
but it's making him mad because it's not getting fed.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm just.
And no one else sees a problem with this. And I'm going to look between Cattell and Bellamy like, someone help me out here.
I look at you and I said, I'm trying to figure out what it is. Just calm down. I was like, this is something totally new. Have you ever seen anything like this before? No. We're trying to figure it out.
No,
like, just like he's been trying to figure it out.
What I know is multiple people in our group almost died. And I had nothing left to help anyone.
Yep, which is why it's staying in the bag.
So I ask again, what will you do if you need it? If you need a weapon?
I'll do what I've always done and make do.
Should we have some kind of contingency plan to keep that thing fed with animal blood or something on the road?
Will it take animal blood?
I don't know, never tried.
I feel like we're dealing with a vampire.
A what now? Have I heard stories about vampires, DM? Oh dear God. God, have I heard of stories about vampires?
Probably to the level like any folklore.
I think Petra's a big city. You'd hear something, some type of rumor or something.
Maybe not the same story that Cattell and Lorna heard, but
Your versions of vampires could vary a little bit, but for the most part.
You had the sparkly ones, we did not.
Yes.
No, the sparkly ones don't exist. They were all killed off centuries ago.
Damn white court.
So if we look at the whole group, we have someone with a blood-sucking sword. We have a dagger that has almost taken out 2 of us.
To be fair, you both did that to yourselves by picking it up.
Okay, but listen, and then we have Cedric who uses evil rock to keep him alive. We all have issues, it seems.
I'm fine.
Oh, sure you are, Sandman. We all got our secrets.
We've all got stuff.
We all got our pasts.
And we'll work through them. It's okay. We'll work through it. If we need to get him another weapon, we'll get him another weapon. We'll figure this out. Just like we have to figure out your dagger, we have to figure out if we can find some more of that purple stuff for Cedric. We have to figure this out, and we will. It's okay.
Cedric.
He said he'd be up in just a little while. He was in the lobby. He came back with us.
I think it's fair to be a little cautious about a sword that can induce rage and bloodlust in someone. But that being said, Dodger's shown himself to be quite handy on the, in a pinch. So I don't know what we got to do to make sure that doesn't happen again, but I guess for now the silent treatment's working. Haven't felt any need to kill or, I don't know, drink blood yourself.
We'll eventually hopefully we'll find someone that can actually take a look at these things and maybe be able to tell us a little bit more information.
I just want to make sure that it's you wielding the sword, not the sword wielding you. That's all. So if it feels like it's pushing you towards a direction that perhaps is not the best,
please let us know.
Drop it and borrow mine. It's usually on my hip, rarely in my hands. I'm better with the bow anyway.
I'll certainly try.
And I've been teaching you the gun.
Yeah, that's coming along a bit. It does feel weird.
Those are exceptionally loud.
Yeah.
That too. That too.
And I need Lorna here to teach me how to concentrate on aiming better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you're really good at, staying calm and shooting at things. You've done some really great shots, and I need to learn how to do that.
Is it a depth perception thing?
No, it's just a focus.
Focus. That's what I need to learn. Focus.
A sort of.
It sounds like then you need lessons with Balmy for focus, and then Lorna's help for applying that to your weaponry.
I need it for help with aim.
That too.
Better aim.
See, this sounds like a plan.
You can see Coachella is frequently looking at the door and trying to listen beyond the conversation.
And
okay, so while
Lorna is looking exceptionally uncomfortable at this point.
So while I was at the bar, I was asking around, because I made many friends, of places that we might be able to check out before we catch the train, for us to get our hands on some things, maybe. Did I find out like potions, healing stuff? Gia?
You're talking apothecary?
Yeah, did I get that feedback?
Yeah.
Yay!
So, you want to go trampsing around the city?
Tomorrow before we leave, yes, it'd probably be very smart. Do you want stuff to be able to help us heal us? We have the money to get some. You said you've been running out of juice.
No, I ran out of it that one day.
Well,
for specific reasons.
Well, now this is something that we can have for backup, just in case. And then maybe if we're lucky, maybe we can like find out if anyone has any of that purple rock for Cedric.
That would be
maybe?
helpful.
I don't know.
It's
a small town, but you never know. We can always ask. Worst thing is I'll say no.
All right.
Considering how much that cloak was going to cost Dodger, I don't know if we're.
I didn't tell any of you any of that.
Sorry.
I forgot that he had already told us about his dang sword. I couldn't remember that. I was like, I thought he did, but I can't remember what it is.
I did a bit, but I didn't tell
and then
all
I was
the
like,
things.
Was Lorna there when that conversation happened?
I know,
Because I don't have any notes on it.
It's okay.
You didn't happen to hear if there were any magic users in town, did you? Ones that might be able to identify.
In my telling of stories and their telling of stories as we were all drinking together, of anything interesting?
No, not particularly. Not here.
Okay. Not that came up in the stories that we were sharing.
Might need to be in a bigger city.
Yes, because this is not a big city at all.
No,
that's true.
Feels big enough to me.
Oh,
we were
this
back
is
home.
Nothing. You've been to Petra, you know.
I got off the ship once.
Yes, and I led you all the way down into like the heart of Petra. You went through many levels.
You didn't really.
I don't remember how she looked when you did that.
I know, it's true. Also, like,
really
let's go. We went down like 3 levels.
I sort of stared at your back almost the entire time, or the sky.
Oh, we were like getting into the belly of Petra.
Yeah, and then
you make it all the way down to the shades.
No, not quite to the shades, but we were pretty close, like on the cusp of it. She didn't get down that far.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna do things in the morning, perhaps we ought to find Cedric and get some rest.
He said he was going to be right up. He was not going to leave the hotel.
Cedric doesn't sleep.
And that's true. He doesn't sleep.
True.
He might be patrolling the perimeter. Do you want me to go
check
look?
Things out.
I'm sure he's fine if you... There's just a lot of people here. And we're all a bit strange.
Fair.
Nah, we fit right in. Ask my friends.
Some of us can fake it, but that's as far as it goes.
Some of us cannot. So I'd rather not have to.
Listen,
well, that's why
Lorna,
you have Dodgy and I.
If you'd like some lessons on how to navigate a crowds in the most efficient way possible, I can help you with that.
Well, I sort of caught on to it. It's more like moving through the Wyldwood when the trees are playing pranks on you.
A bit, yeah.
Also, the trees tend to be playing more, at least with me.
All I have to say is your Wyldwood was much more crazier than any city I've ever been in.
Different kettle fish.
You got kidnapped in a city.
We got kidnapped in a forest.
We were kidnapped in the forest. That's true.
We were guided in the forest.
And guess
what? Where we needed to be.
We couldn't escape unless we knew the special way out.
The forest turned me into a fox.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
And you say the city's dangerous.
I'd never turned into a fox before, so...
I'm wondering if it was that medallion you had around your neck.
Yeah, puts her hand over it. It's like the only thing she's wearing from her gear. I don't know. I don't know.
If you don't mind me prying, while you were a fox, how did it feel? Did it feel good? Did it feel bad? Did you feel trapped? Did you feel free?
I felt like I was a little girl again before all the bad things happened.
Well,
good.
Place of innocence.
Yes, but also I knew that where I was, as at what I was, nobody I was afraid of would recognize me.
Did you manage to turn yourself back?
With some help from Wynn. It wasn't easy. I don't know how I did it. Not really. I don't really
if you could do it again.
I don't know.
Why don't you try?
I'm gonna look at Wynn.
You have to remember, I'm still a little tipsy. Why don't you try? Do it, do it, do it.
In her own time. In her own time.
How do you all feel about foxes and people who can turn into them?
It's fantastic.
Bloody brilliant.
So long as you're not turning into some kind of beetle, I don't mind.
You don't like bugs, do you?
I don't like bugs.
Still confused about you and Ramil, but alright. You do you.
It's an arachnid. It's not a bug.
Tomato, tomato, but you do you.
I was like, is that fucking me? But he's cute. Now that I've gotten used to him.
He's sweet. He is sweet.
Don't much care what shape you're in. As long as you're you.
Aye.
And it's clear that you knew it was when you were the fox that you still knew it was us and everything too. It didn't like mess with your
Right.
mind. So.
I didn't have the mind of an animal.
But you were still afraid.
Well, she hadn't been changed before. That'd be kind of freaky.
No, she's still afraid of us.
I hope that's changed when she sees that we're totally fine with her being able to do that.
Patel, what are your thoughts?
I think I have a lot of questions I don't know how to get the answers to. But I think this is the first time since leaving the city back home where I felt like I'm with people who maybe really wouldn't care what I am. But that person from back then ended up hating me, so it's just hard.
You were burned before.
Yeah. Almost told him some of my secrets. But father was always in the back of my head. And he was right. He always has been. So. But he doesn't know much either.
Well, from what it sounds like, you're dealing with an issue of trust. And trust is earned. And maybe we, and I look at the rest of us, have a bit of earning left to do to earn your trust.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
want
right.
to. I want to. It was just he was my best friend. So.
It's hard to rebuild a bridge after it's been burnt. And it's hard to build new ones after you've lost a bridge. And earning trust is a part of life. And maybe we still got a bit of earning left to do, and that's quite alright.
The fact you came after me, that's helped a lot. No one's come after me before.
I look at Lorna.
Couldn't very well leave you there.
I was fully prepared to spend the rest of my life as a fox in the Wyldwood, however short it might have been.
From the sounds of it, it wouldn't have been that bad.
Until someone caught her and figured out what she was.
We need
you think
you
your
to
accords are different?
Oh.
Try making one with a fae.
I don't want that experience.
All I know is I need you to stick around so you can keep on teaching me the Catelling.
I can't believe you've all turned that into a verb.
Well, the way you
What's the
move.
verb?
I was like, you are one person that's certainly hard to hit, and I think that is a skill that we should all learn.
Yeah, but it's been proven it's not impossible.
I think that's with anyone.
I mean, to be fair, I'd love to know what Belmy knows. Shooting sand in a path like that.
You are really sandy. What's up with that?
Well,
I am slightly tipsy. Come on.
it's just a side effect of being partnered with Ramil here. Take on some small attributes of this little guy. So, sand scorpion, sand.
So he makes you sandy.
Yeah.
Is it part of a pact between the two of you?
Yeah, you could say that. We make a pact every morning. Sometimes he doesn't even like to come out. So,
So you have to do it every day?
Yeah, we kind of go back and forth. I mean, I can usually coax him to come out, but sometimes he doesn't like to. I don't know if he's just moody or what. He doesn't talk to me, but yeah, I have to do it every day.
How long have you been together?
Or it's been 10 years or more, me and him.
10 years.
It's a long time.
It is. Oh, wow, it is.
Perhaps not as long as we think.
Time is an illusion. We're here for just a short moment. At least that's what Granddad used to say. Never really made any sense, but that's what he used to say.
I'd like to talk to your granddad. Sounds like a smart guy.
He can be wise at times. He's not my real granddad. He's just what everyone called Granddad.
He's like, to you, what Atrix is to me then.
Sure, I don't have any context for that, but sure.
I know that it's called a tortle is what Atrix is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know. Okay, I was like, Atrix is a tortle. Do I look like a tortle?
Oh, makes so much more sense now. Yeah.
But
so yeah.
I think of him as like a father figure.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how.
Well, he's not. His grandfather is a ancient black dragon, but
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Really?
You're like,
No.
cool.
Yes, saw that way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, my turtle. Wait a minute.
My granddad can beat your granddad up.
Tell me, how did you come to be bonded with Romeo? If you.
Well, it's something of a secret, how one bonds with a spirit, and it's sort of a process. Suffice to say, some sacrifices had to be made. There's a ceremony involved.
So you're
it's kind of
chosen to do this.
Pardon?
So you're chosen to do this.
Well, I'm not sure if you're chosen. Some people can do it. It takes some training to do. I was trained in how to summon a spirit, and so I did. I'm sure there are others who can. I haven't. It's been a while since I met someone who could do that.
What kind of sacrifice?
Oh, it's not usually, it can be anything, this guy's a scorpion, right? There's all sorts of spirits and they demand all sorts of payments. It wasn't so serious, finding Ramil. I just had to be thirsty for a long time and spill some blood. That's all. Among other things, but nothing too serious.
Can I get a beat on like how, like, is he downplaying this seriousness or is it like?
Well, now we got to get into empathies and deceptions.
Because I feel like I'm aware of enough with my past of ceremonies and things like that.
No, yeah, and this isn't even determined whether he's lying. This is just your ability to read them. You ignore the critical success because you're still rolling off of my DC that I had up earlier.
Roger's just got a face of like, see?
I saw your face as he's like going, blood? Sacrifice? Huh?
Where is empathy? I don't...
It's under aptitudes.
Oh, okay. Oh, there
it is. He had me scared for. I was like, oh no, not. Oh, there it is.
I was looking in the wrong tab.
Gotcha.
But I just rolled. Roll?
I didn't see anything.
Try
refresh.
I'm refreshing.
You may be out of sync, with the because we've had it up for a while.
One moment.
Hold, please.
Hold, please.
It says critical success, but
wait.
That's because you're rolling against a DC I have floating out there. You're technically rolling against him. So yeah, you got it.
Good roll.
He rolled awesome.
Dang.
He rolled awesome. He got nothing.
I only have a plus.
But again, it doesn't seem like basically what you're is like he doesn't. What he's saying is that's what he means.
Roll high, Lorna. Roll high.
Could you possibly beat that?
Possibly.
I mean, that's to eat my words.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Our empathy modifier must be like really
No,
mine's
3.
So
mine's 4. Mine's 4. We both rolled a 19.
I know. That's what
Gosh,
so
the one time
only
we're not in a fight, we have high roll.
No, right?
I would say
That would have
every
been a
character
critical
has a
hit.
particular set of skills. Empathy is not one of them. Understanding how others feel, killing them, all over that.
I mean, 3 and 4 is not bad in those.
Actually,
so...
no, that's actually really no, those are fine. It was just he rolled
good.
Real good.
Yeah, he rolled really good.
So no, you're not picking up anything like
It's just Bellamy.
I'm saying, I've got the same sort of placid smile, telling the truth.
I don't know. He's looking down. That's shady. Okay.
I'm gonna look at the door again. I'm just waiting for Cedric to come back.
His eyes twitching.
Cedric's disintegrated into the bathroom.
Well, I just picture in the bathtub sewing.
Become one with the water.
He's sewing himself together and singing in the tub.
I know.
Gross.
Yeah, he's a water elemental now.
That's
a very sluggish one. Just kind of
a
sloshes around.
slug, a water slug elemental.
That's a long bath.
Yeah, it is. But he's also been enjoying the solitude.
That's probably what it is.
TBH,
like, oh
we have been role-playing in real time of what a bath would be like. We're still pretty green on that front, TBH.
I mean, Cedric has a lot to clean.
That my thoughts exactly, because he always gets
Especially
like
since
Witcher level scuzzy.
Falling apart.
Yes,
It's
falling apart.
No, he's not.
Watches
what is it? Bad for blood? It's bad for blood level.
Yeah.
Just caked in it. You're like, what? Oh gosh, you're not a zombie. I'm so sorry. No, literally,
I didn't mean to shoot you. I'm sorry.
You unintentionally shoot each other all the time because 2 seconds into the game, you look like the zombies. That's how covered you are. It's so gross.
It's so bad.
No, he's just in the tub going, silence.
That's honestly how Lorna felt, and hers, except for I'm sure Wynn was chattering at her most of the time. So, well, I hope any further ceremonies you must do don't exact too much of a cost.
My cord.
So I think what you just said struck a chord with Belmy, and he actually will turn away, and he's gonna walk into the next room and, hey, listen, folks, I'm kind of tired. I'm just gonna pass out.
This is something I said.
No,
Lorna says it like under her breath as he leaves the room. You can respond if you want. But
I just wave his hand. You saw like a flash of emotion on his face after you said that. But he went to bed.
It is late. And I drank, yeah. So...
Now, question is, apparently he chose not to sleep in the
tent
fort, but I believe there was a notion of all of us sleeping in the fort. Since, of course, Belmy at this point.
Only if you wanted to.
The floor?
Fort?
The floor? We actually have beds.
But there's a bed in here.
We're sitting
Are
on
we
the
all
bed.
sleeping on the bed together?
they sort of commandeered all of them.
Okay.
I like that word,
If you're okay
commandeered.
with snoring. I go and I kind of dive in the bed and I'm like, ready to go sleep.
And corpse.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, out. I've been working on a couple of machines today. I'm tired. And I got alcohol in the system.
Have our clothes been returned yet, or no?
They probably won't be back till morning.
No, they probably won't be back till morning.
Okay.
Rogue sleeping.
Go ahead. I'll wait up. I don't mind.
Dodger was already like getting himself perched in the window and just sitting there with a mug of hot tea? Question mark? Who knows what's in here? And just kind of sitting there going, I figured I'd do the rounds of staying up since you took it in the wild. I'd take it in the city.
Sure. And she's gonna go to the corner of the room basically and do the whole shift her chest piece of her armor and grab one of just her cloak and throw her cloak over herself. Still kind of in the fort room, but like more separated off in the corner, and prop herself up in the corner and
Such a
using her armor kind of as her pillow. I don't know what Wynn's doing. Wynn's kind of been flouncing around probably.
I probably got Wynn. As a pillow.
I was like,
you're already passed out. Wynn's using you as a pillow.
Okay.
that's true.
That's right.
That's more the speed, trust me.
Patel's just gonna sit kind of amongst all this, in the center of all this, and kind of just hold her knees and just stare at Alexi and Wynn for a while. Not really going to sleep yet.
What's Cedric doing?
Cedric by now is probably finished up doing what he needed to do. He's put
Eating
in a
hotel staff. I mean, sorry.
No, he's in the bathtub.
But of course, I needed my sustenance. Never see me eat, good party members, or you would throw me out. But no, he has put in a pile many dirty bandages and very torn and neglected and old pair of traveler's clothes. He's put that in a pile, put it in plain view, along with the towel. He's anointed himself with the good smelling oils and put fresh bandages on top of that, and is now just wearing his coat and leathers. He says his ward in reverse and undoes the Ken, and then he heads upstairs, smelling fresh.
It'd be awesome if he comes in with like a little terry cloth robe. Hey guys.
No.
And a terry cloth.
Terry cloth little thing. Hey.
Oh my god.
All right. So as you, so when you kind of, the lobby's relatively quiet. You see, there's a couple. Looks like some older gentlemen. Looks like they're smoking cigars out by the by an open window, off in like the little cafe area that the Shamaris were in. They're over there, and that's about it. Otherwise, it's relatively quiet in there. So as you go upstairs, it's occasionally you can hear voices from behind doors as you make your way down. And
yeah, maybe he'll stop and listen at a door just to hear what people are talking about, and then keep going.
After several pauses and such, he eventually gets back to his room and opens the door, and there's the fort. That's all you see.
Yeah. He tries to be as quiet as possible opening the door, if he doesn't hear like active conversation.
Do I hear Cedric return?
Do I hear Cedric return?
I don't hear Cedric
Hold
return.
on. Let me...
I know, I'm kind of like, do I?
Go
I'm
ahead.
laying closer to the door, but
I'm gonna say that Dodger, you roll because you're kind of crashing.
Rolling stealth?
I said I was staying up, and I'm sitting in the window in a very uncomfortable spot.
Oh,
he was-
how did I miss that?
Yeah, he was saying he was perched and taking watch.
He's kind of
Yeah,
keeping
like
watch.
I'm perched with my
Yeah,
my
he's
talon
up, you hear
feet in
And
the
he was
window,
drinking
drinking a
his
cup of
drink of
tea,
tea.
something, whatever,
Oh.
waiting for Cedric.
I remember the tea thing, and I thought you drank that and then you went to sleep. Sorry.
No.
And
Well,
Catel's
if you're awake-
actively listening for him.
Right. If you're awake, you don't have to roll because you're hearing that.
Okay.
Lorna's
it's
kind of
door.
dozing, but she would. I'll roll. It's fine.
Okay.
And I'm snoring, so with Win.
Nice!
There it is.
Once again.
Nice!
Very important roll. Very good critical.
I got news for y'all, all our viewers. That will never happen again.
Never again. Just like my dual nat 20s, never again. It's
We
that
could
was
go back
my
a couple
one.
episodes, and I do recall somebody shooting an arrow into that big giant thing's
Oh,
foot.
I get like
shooting it through the
one.
head.
I get like one, and then it's like a dry
One a
spell
month.
for.
That's what you get.
One
One
a
a month.
So I heard Cedric as he left the bathroom. Hear Cedric.
You heard that, and every conversation he stopped and listened to as well. You're like,
I'm not gonna turn over. I'm just listening at this point.
okay. So you don't see him because you're inside the everybody's kind of in the fort somewhere out there. But you hear the door open up, like almost like trying to be quiet, but it's a door, and I mean it turns and clicks and stuff. Like that. But it's not slammed or banged or anything like that. You hear it kind of open and then click, closed.
I'm gonna push the blanket open.
Cedric comes in. So he's wearing his leathers like usual, but there's no like normal clothes underneath that. It's just bandages up to his mask up here, and then
You all right?
Cedric turns to her and gives her a nod.
Dodger, are you staying or are you gonna go head down?
Still debating it, but if I do go down, I will grab a blanket.
Don't forget, they can afford it.
Fair. And I promise not to sleep next to a dumpster.
It would have been a waste of a bath.
Yeah, I would. At least 6 feet. Social distance. Away from the dumpster.
Now that she knows everybody is there, she's just gonna finally kind of lay down and go to sleep.
Very good. That's where we'll call it.
Yeah!
We spent an entire episode role-playing a single day.
Goodness.
And as a note, Dodger does not make it down the fire escape.
Aww.
He stays with everyone else.
Dodgy.
Catel's for sleepover! And probably everybody else's too.
Probably mine. Yeah, definitely mine.
Yep. Well, he wouldn't call it a sleepover,
yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
It would be
Yeah,
different.
first official sleepover.
Yeah, first sleepover.
-1.
-1.
She tried.
Yeah.
She tried.
Nope.
Well, there we go.
All right. So next week, the next day will be here, which is the day that the train arrives.
Oh my gosh, the train!
It's only taken us like 4 months to get to the train.
Well, keep in mind too, you're supposed to have just flown there.
That's
true. We were supposed
In theory.
supposed to
But
DM
you
for
never
Cleric.
would have found Bellamy.
True.
Or Dodger.
Or Dodgy. He's not Dodger anymore. He's Dodgy.
Only to you, Gears.
Yeah.
The dagger, the wooden dagger, is it still that more enhanced style that it was? Okay.
Yes,
I
it
couldn't remember.
yeah, it hasn't changed since it
It didn't
changed
revert
that
back.
final time.
I just
all right,
really
so
think- I don't
You're
think
not like
anybody's
over
commented
the
on-
corner over there. My precious. Or something, you know? I'm like,
Oh,
Oh god.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, I know I clarified earlier, but I want to make sure it's like still that. And I find it now I'm realizing nobody actually has noticed and it totally looks different. I don't think.
I just
she pulled it
avoid
as she had it
that
out to
dagger,
any
like
Yeah.
the
A few
plague.
times at least
Well,
with
I mean,
Cattell.
she was laying on the floor when Cattell walked in, looking
Yep.
at both daggers.
Yeah,
She
I
had the
mean-
blades and on either hand and was kind of just studying them, like she's trying to figure out what's going on with this thing. And
Cattell would have noticed, but she's at this point not going to say anything unless a conversation is brought up or needs to be had. So to her, it's Lorna's dagger. She can do whatever she wants with it.
Anytime I see any type of dagger in your hand, I'm just kind of like, yeah.
I just think it's funny because it looks completely different now. So it's like,
My thing
wait,
is,
where'd you get that one?
Because my thing is, usually you have your bow. If I see something smaller in your hand, I think dagger, and I think stay away because I almost killed everybody. So I just don't want to be by it.
To be fair, I realized after that I have resistance to electricity, and I was like, oh, should have remembered that. I don't think I got hit though. I think I jumped back enough.
I think
Oh no, you got hit with
got
it.
hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
got hit.
yeah, because your hair was all.
Your hair was all fried
Yeah.
and everything. You did get hurt. You just
Yeah.
didn't get hurt
Yeah,
as
so-
bad as
Yeah, I should have realized.
Cattell
Yeah,
dodged
you would
it,
have soaked up a bit of that.
with her
yeah.
Cattelling skills.
Yeah.
So
And
it's-
Dodger dodged all the way to the opposite side of the camp when that happened too.
Yep, straight up notes.
And wasn't
took nothing.
Bellamy hiding in the cart?
No, Bellamy took a full blast too.
Oh, you
He was,
did take the
laying on
blast. That's
ground,
right.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
the weird
dro- I
Mexican
dropped
The only
man
ones
he
that
was
did
hiding in
not
the
take
cart.
any damage was Dodger and Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dropped some
And
healing
Cattell.
on a couple
I don't
different
think
people.
Cattell took it. Or did you take half?
I think she took half.
I think she took half, but she.
I dodged it, but I think if it was like one of those dodge and your half
Mhm.
Yeah.
things, so I would have gotten half.
Yeah.
Because I know I gave Bellamy healing after it. But
Yeah, based on the
Yeah.
the radius of it.
He got zapped. Yeah, he got zapped
Yeah.
bad, if I recall.
It killed me.
It did.
Yep.
Well, it killed Cedric a little bit later too. So.
And it killed Cedric. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Yeah. That's like when you're getting onto him for a sword. I'm going, your freaking dagger has taken out 2 party members.
because you guys took it and held it when you didn't know what it did.
Well, it's funny though because
But
when
they don't
Cattell
hold
held
his
it,
sword.
it didn't hurt her.
I know it's such my sword, so shut the heck
Don't
up.
hold his sword. Sorry.
Is that an invitation?
Wait, what were you
No!
gonna say, Laura?
Oh,
What were
when
you gonna say?
Cattell held it, nothing happened. Well, I mean, things happened, but she didn't die.
No, but
I was just like,
something
But
happened.
did you die?
Something did happen.
Because you kind of
Something did happen, but she didn't die.
Yeah.
right. She did not die.
And
If you don't
Laura's
know
been
what we're
carrying
talking
around
about, go
and
watch the
nothing's
video.
happened to her with it.
I'm like-
so
I think the theory has kind of been confirmed that doesn't it return things back to
then why did it send us to an echo plane or something?
because
Whatever
maybe
happened.
that area
That's what it was turning
once
into.
had been and had
So
been
it
converted.
returned.
Well,
So
it can
could have
either
been-
return or it can show us
originally
what's
was
coming.
that.
There's not one or the other at that
Steve's
point.
all like, ha, ha.
It's a dagger of divinity. I'm calling it now.
Steve's laughing because we just have it all wrong. That's
I
all.
know, he's all like, you guys
Yeah,
are
exactly.
bullshit. Oh well.
I have to say, Amanda wanted to ask Bellamy about his tattoos, but Lorna never would. So there was this moment of like, I
I
want to ask.
forgot Bellamy
so
had
badly.
tattoos.
They both
He keeps
Lorna and
them
Bellamy
hidden
have.
for the most part.
Yeah.
You have it
Maybe
only
he'll
on
open
one
it up
arm.
if he asks about yours. Maybe you'd be like, oh, and what about yours? Maybe that
Well,
you could open
Lorna's.
it up a little.
I know Lorna's seen it at least once, and so when
Well,
he
he-
started
yeah, 'cause
talking
he was
about,
saying about it,
ceremonies and sacrifice and stuff, she was gonna I wanted to, but I was like, I don't know if she. I don't think she'd ask that. I don't think she'd ask. it that
I don't see her
pointedly.
being comfortable at that level with
Yeah,
them.
no.
Yeah.
Lorna's she doesn't hide hers. Hers is both Celtic runes and then vine work. So it's a blending of these two
And yours
styles.
is just only on one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And is Bellamy? Is yours only on one?
Just on the palm of one of my
Just on.
hands.
I say his is palm.
Yeah, his is just on
that's
his
right.
palm. But he's held it up once and did something
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
And I know Lorna clocked it then. So I was like, but I was just like, I want to know. But Lorna wouldn't ask.
But if people come back, they'll find out with us.
Eventually, yeah.
Truth.
Yes. I would say it's over the last few, a little bit more, just things are starting to open
Well,
up.
we've actually
and-
had time to have conversations, and things have prompted conversations. So it's a little
True.
bit of
And
both of
hopefully we'll
those.
have more time on the train ride. However, I sincerely doubt that's going to happen.
It's gonna go all Firefly, baby.
Firefly.
Train heist.
We're about to be in the middle of a train job.
Wow. Does that mean I need
Okay.
a plan for that?
No, we don't know.
We have no idea,
expecting it
but
to
that's
go
our
sideways.
suspicions.
That's what we suspect.
All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. So thank you everybody who joined us. I hope you had a blast. I certainly did. Thank you to the crew here. An awesome session out here as a lot of stuff came to pass. We will be back at it again next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 8:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Mountain Time. I think that covers everything at stateside. So I don't know. It's
Or just follow and subscribe, and you'll get a
Exactly.
notification when we go live.
Yeah, don't forget to hit
make
that
it
bell
easy
for
on
notifications.
yourself. Yeah, you don't have to watch this again to remember what I said. Just go ahead and subscribe, and you'll know.
And join us on Discord.
Yes.
Yes.
LakesideLegendz.com.
Yes, websites out there. Laura, you want to
Yeah.
run through all the places you can access
She's been
Lakeside.
It's been getting thrown into chat right
Even
now.
though we hit all of them, like, or at least half, in our ramblings.
So something like that. So lakesidelegends.com is our website, which is linked to all of our social media: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram might not be on there. We've had some change in staff. We also have our Discord, so come pop on to our Discord
Instagram's on there.
and hang out. Oh, cool.
Join us for the
So, yeah.
memes.
Yeah, that's where it's the
That's
party
our main
really is
draw.
at.
That's
Yeah.
our main product.
Come for the memes, stay for the conversations.
And if you're a
we did some really good
Wheel
ones.
of Time fan and really want to talk Wheel of Time, please come in there and maybe we can get a channel and talk Wheel of Time, because I need other
Oh, yeah.
people who understand to geek out with me right now, because I'm freaking out.
Is this show out yet?
Uh-huh.
think
The first three
episodes.
episodes are out. I still have yet to see any of them.
Oh.
That's my plan for tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I gotta watch
haven't
Or
been
we
through
will
them,
talk.
but
I
yeah,
need to give
I
you
saw
access
that.
so you can watch them, because I need
Anyway,
reaction.
join us on Discord for the community of all the nerdy things.
Because we are all nerds.
And are we gonna do a movie? A movie night?
We
Yeah.
are thinking of
We're working
we're
it.
planning a movie night after Thanksgiving and national. What is it called? National Native American. This is a new one. I just saw it on
Yeah.
my calendar. I want to get it right.
It's bugging me, so I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's
Hold please
Native
while we
American
look at
Heritage
things.
Day.
Yes.
There we are.
So happy Thanksgiving, happy Native American Heritage Day. Everybody be safe, please.
Yes.
Yes, if you're traveling, travel safe.
Yes. Busiest travel
And-
time of the year.
Yeah. Be
Yep.
kind.
Be patient.
Love each other.
Be thankful.
I will be at the airport tomorrow, so I'm going to be
Oh,
joining
yeah,
you all
you
in those
should.
moods, because that's happening now. I was trying to avoid it.
Whether you're traveling afar or you're staying at home, just be safe and enjoy times with others. And we'll see you all again here down by the lakeside.
Good
Night,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.